Runaway Robot. Welcome to DieFall episode 11. Sorry we're a little bit late. We're getting everything hashed out with other people's streams and stuff like that. So we're officially into double-digit territory past episode 10. Not everyone died. It's good. It's all good.
Yay.
Hey Q, how you doing, bud? So we're gonna take care of some housekeeping stuff real quick at the top of the show here. At the end, or at the middle of last show, I forgot to give away the experience that was earned for the attack on the Erdrick mansion. So it's a little bit complicated because people did different things at different points in time. But McSwiggins, you earned 269 experience.
Holy crap.
For that encounter. Desdin, 211. Ignas, 100.
Why only 100?
Because you killed one orc, and one orc is worth 100.
I think I already added that, though.
Okay, then don't add it again.
You said 211 for me?
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure you told us the numbers and I added this, so I'm just going to leave it alone.
Okay.
He was working on it last time, but I don't think he said the numbers.
Well, because everyone was different, but Ignis only killed one orc, and one orc is worth 100. In one-on-one combat, that's what that counts as.
I soloed something.
Yes, you did. And it was a hard-fought battle for a small gnome, for sure.
Here's your answer, Rel. What's your experience before you add that?
I don't know, because it's been 28.97 before. Why?
Okay, because I had 27.97 before that.
Yeah, so you did add it.
So you did add it.
All good. So that's that. And so that takes care of the experience for that encounter. So where we left off at the end of the last episode, our heroes had just fought off some pursuing company men from the Opal Daggers company. They had some automatons with them, a couple acolytes, and it looks like they had been tracking them from the city that they had just escaped from because they were wanted for murder and theft and a whole bunch of things that they probably shouldn't have done. But luckily, Dixa, one of the Dixa Edmut, she's actually a lady of the city and an armorer, smuggled them out of the city through a sewer system that people were not watching. How that turned out for her with the mob of city folk in front of her shop, you guys do not know, but hopefully she is okay. You guys are heading towards what would be the winter home for Duke Erdrick and his family, and it's northwestern in the Spine Mountains, and you're heading in that direction. You had gotten to the northern road, and you were heading up the northern road when you had been followed by these company men and then had dispatched them. So that's where we come into the show. You have just defeated all of the company men, and what would you like to do?
Anyone else thinking heads on spikes?
I'm starting to think you enjoy this.
Well, they did almost kill me.
We need to keep moving.
Well,
yeah, I
just
agree
one
with
head?
Desdin.
Oh, fine. You guys are no fun. Did we search these guys yet?
No, we ended right after combat had ended.
Right after I broke somebody's spine.
Well, I would certainly like to search some.
Broke somebody's spine. Yeah. So go ahead and is everyone
Spines
searching,
were
or
broken.
what's the?
I will assist Rel.
Okay, so
Nice,
go ahead and make
right.
a investigation roll with advantage, please, Ignis.
With advantage ought to be solid.
Whoa,
Holy tits.
Jeez. Okay.
Well, you blew your good roll.
So
early.
there
It's
are-
all downhill from here.
Yeah, that's one way to set the tone. So you find on these guys, on the 3 company men, you find 11 gold pieces, 9 gold pieces, and 13 gold pieces.
So 33?
11, 9, and 13. Yes. 33 total gold pieces.
Okay.
On the automatons, they turn to dust after they've been defeated, so there's nothing there. They just basically, the armature that housed their crossbow is still there, but it doesn't seem functional without the rest of the body. And then the 2 acolytes, you find a small scroll and you find 12 silver pieces and where is this? And a potion bottle, a small potion bottle.
Okay.
You want to split the
let's
gold and
see.
silver 3 ways? Because those divide evenly.
So wait, how much silver did you say?
I
12.
don't remember. 12?
We would get 4 each and 11 gold each.
If you like.
Ah.
I think they like.
All right, so let's see.
Take it, I guess.
That is,
I want things.
Nice investigation, bud. Nice
Crap.
investigation.
Crap. 72 plus 11, 83. Man, I was blanking on math for a second. Then 4-ish silver. So I'm going to put the potion in the bag of holding, and I'd like to unroll the scroll and read it. Or at least not read it out loud, not actually read it, but just see what it is.
Right. So you unroll this scroll, and it seems to be.
I would like.
It seems to be a message from Hida von Rolls. You read the signature at the bottom. Would you like to read it to yourself or to the group?
I'll read it to myself first.
Essentially, it's instructions to for this acolyte of whatever rank to gather some men and some of the machines to track the murderers is essentially what she has called you, and then lists out your name and then the what the other 3 look like, because Vothan is also on that list. So it seems that they went and came looking for you, and that you were easy enough for them to track.
Well, okay then.
What?
Did I blame the dwarf?
I blame the dwarf too.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were just running down the road, like jogging, trotting, walking down the road. It's
walking
not super.
briskly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're not hard to spot, and you're kind of in a unique group. And then you guys ran when you heard them, so yeah, it happens. But yeah, so it's basically orders for this group to follow you. That's pretty much what you get out of it.
Follow and capture, or just follow?
Follow. Follow and capture. Bring them back, so they may face the justice of Erdrick, essentially.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna tear that scroll in half and toss it away.
Okay.
We're litterers.
Sure. I mean, you guys don't know what's on it, so because he read it to himself.
Well, long story short, we're wanted for murder. Anyone surprised?
I mean, it's not wrong.
Technically, but are you going to say that to a judge?
I mean, I don't intend on getting captured, so probably not.
Good on you. Let's go.
We.
Anything else you'd like to do with the bodies of these things, or whatever else?
Apparently, since we're not going to put heads on spikes.
I'm just asking if you're going to leave them there, or if there's any more searching you want to do. If you want to take some stuff, that's all.
Should we hide these bodies?
Oh yeah, actually. I mean, my suggestion was going to be to arrange them in funny shapes, but hiding them is also a good idea.
I like it.
I whisper to Desdin, I think Ignas has snapped. I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie.
I'm gonna chuckle a little bit to myself.
2 episodes from now, Ignas multi-classes into Barbarian.
He's more of a barbarian than I am at this point.
He's insane, so it's fun. I like that. It's really fun. Okay, yeah. So what would you like to do?
I guess we'll hide the bodies.
Sure.
Actually, are we near any cliffs?
No, you're essentially like in this mountain pass that functions as a road. So you're in between the cliffs essentially, right? So there's some outcroppings and things in like crevices that you may be able to stuff a couple bodies into, or like maybe some large boulders to hide them behind and things like that. You can do those things, but no, you're not near any. The cliffs are above you.
Well, if we really want to hide them, what I was thinking was we dig a very shallow grave, roll them all in there, and then roll a boulder on top of the grave.
Or we could just stick them in bushes.
There are some scrubby bushes around. They're not like super leafy, but there are some scrubs.
You may as well arrange them in funny shapes if that's the case, but fine.
All right. How easy would it be to do what he's suggesting with the boulder?
So you're on some really like the ground you're walking on is not just like dirt. It's becoming more and more like just under this dirt is stone. You're in the mountains.
Okay.
So there is like hard packed stone under this. I mean, you may be able to get a couple feet down, and finding a boulder large enough. There's boulders around. During the battle, you were hiding behind some that you could possibly move if you felt so inclined.
All right. I mean,
Remember, there's also the one acolyte that Desdin chased down like 90 feet away from you guys down the south road. So he's over there, still laying on the, basically broken in half by a force of wind.
Well, you can drag that one back yourself. You run him down and murder him. You deal with him.
So, I mean, just whatever you guys want to do, whatever you want to try.
All right.
Let me know what it is.
We could burn them.
Ooh, burn them.
That's a good point. If I threw a fire potion on them, would it actually burn? Like, would it burn them down to ash if they just weren't moving, or would it just singe them?
So it kind of functions similarly to, like, remember we talked about it's like a gooey like napalm type substance, right? So it needs something to light on fire, otherwise it just deals like fire damage to exposed flesh.
Okay.
So you'd still have to like build a pyre, right, of like whatever types of wood or something like that to actually burn something over a long period of time. It takes a while to burn a body, especially with all of its gear still on it.
I say we toss him in the. I think we just toss him in the bushes and keep moving. Honestly,
yeah,
I think that's going to be the quickest thing because we should keep moving if people are.
But
after
speaking
them.
of, we found a whole bunch of money and such, but is their gear worth anything?
I mean, that's up to you if you want to take it. They have a couple short bows, and I think a couple of them had swords, like scimitars, and what was the other one? The acolytes didn't really carry anything. They just had their holy symbols. I mean, they're just of normal make. No, during your investigation roll, didn't reveal any like fine features of any of these weapons. They're just normal weapons. You're more than welcome to take them or take the arrows or anything like that.
Yeah, sure. I'll take their stuff. I mean, I can just throw them in the bag.
So you have 3 scimitars, 3 short bows.
3 scimitars.
All right, I'm gonna try to drag this body and throw it in the bush.
The one that you chased down? Yeah, sure. Easy enough. I mean, they're scrubs, so you drag it into a bush. It's kind of visible, but like it's in there. It's off the road.
All right. How many arrows, by the way?
I mean, you have like hundreds of arrows, don't you?
I have 100 arrows.
Yeah, so each of their quivers after they took a couple shots, I mean, probably total 30 arrows.
All right. And I just realized Vothan was the only one with a bow, so now those arrows are literally wasted.
Anyone in your party can use a bow.
This is true. Heck, I could use one.
Yep.
Probably should. This crossbow is crap. It's got nothing but bad rolls. All right. I will assist in dragging bodies into the bushes and, as best I can, arrange them in funny shapes.
So the bodies are tossed haphazardly into the bushes. When we say bushes, it's like really low scrubland tundra style brush, right? It's not like you're not talking about like foliage. So they're not very leafy. You can still see the bodies somewhat, but they're definitely off the road. The piles of dust from the automatons are still on the road. There's still blood splatters in the dust of the road. That's whatever you guys want to do.
I'm gonna use my elemental attunement and blow wind into the dust or the ashes or whatever.
The dust of the automatons disperses.
All right. Well, before we leave, I'll pour a little bit of gnomish napalm on the bushes, and then light it.
Gnomish napalm.
An acrid black smoke starts to billow out of these dry scrub brush. The smell of burning human flesh starts to emanate from the fire as the clothes and leather start catching. And yeah, there you go.
And now they know where we are.
Oh, please. They knew they'd find us anyway.
Then why did we hide the bodies?
I don't know, because they were pretty much visible to begin with.
All right. Shall we continue?
Please, let's go.
Onward.
Smells terrible here.
Okay. So you continue up the northern road. You get back on the road off of where you had this battle, and the smoke behind you in your heroic triangle formation of heroes. You march northward, leaving murder behind you. And yeah, you continue on for some time, remembering your survival roll, McSwiggins. You crit it, so navigating this road, it's obviously a road. It's not hard. And you're getting some direction here from Ignas about where to go to get to this quote unquote cabin, this winter home of his family's. So you continue on for some time without really any problem. You come to basically of like a trident style fork in the road. There are two roads, one directly to the north, one that goes kind of northeasterly, and then another that is kind of just a trail that goes off to the northwest. Ignas, you would know this, the northwestern trail to be the way up to the home.
All right. Would I know where the other two go?
The northern road essentially goes through the mountains all the way out into the desert that is on the other side.
Right.
It will continue onward through the mountains as it's one of the major trade routes through, and one of the only actual roads that exist in this mountain range. So you know that. The northeasterly road is kind of like an off branch. It's a similar trail style. It just looks like it's been trod frequently. You're not super sure where that goes.
All right. Well, let's take the northwest road. Should lead us right to the cabin.
Sure. So you guys go northwest, and you continue on your way. And as the day continues on, it's maybe coming to mid-afternoon. And can I just get someone? I think since McSwiggins is we decided that you were leading.
Yes.
I guess. So can I get a perception check from either of the other two? Go ahead and change the screen here.
Okay, wait. Let me just double check that I'm doing it normal. Yes. Okay. Perception.
12. Okay. So glancing around, you look, and it looks like it's starting to. You notice it's getting colder as you start ascending. You're noticing now that you are going not just north and kind of in a flat way through the crags of the mountains like you were before, but you're actually starting to increase elevation. You're going higher and higher into the mountains. It's becoming colder and colder. You're starting to see small snow flurries begin to fall as you get higher and higher into this mountain. Those of you that don't have a lot of like warm clothing on, you're starting to get a little cold. It's starting to get a little shivery.
I'm going to put my large black cloak on then.
Sure, it provides some extra protection, but it's not a winter cloak. It's
Sure.
essentially one to obscure what you look like, but you are able to retain a little bit more heat.
Sure.
Let's see.
McSwiggins keeps his shirt off, and his nipples act as an offhand weapon now.
Yeah. As pointy as they are, they're exactly like the heavy armor that's spiked that you need to deal more piercing damage. Yeah. I love it.
I love the
it.
cold.
So you continue onwards, and as you do, it's just getting colder. The trail becomes more and more narrow, and less and less noticeable. The snow starts getting not deep, but you're starting to notice there's a light coating of dusted snow on the ground as you get more and more northward. The day wanes on, and it becomes closer to night. What would you like to do?
Well, we should probably head off the road and make camp. Although we're going to need a fire.
To your cabin?
How much further?
So in this case, because it's been a while since you've been here, I feel like maybe a history check would be the right call for this to try to remember your past.
All right. Well, there you go.
25.
Oh, hey.
You know that you'll be there pretty much by midday the next day.
If we kept moving now, or if we started moving in the morning.
Oh, in the morning.
So it'd be like 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah.
Well,
Some more trudgery. Yeah.
yeah. Well, if you guys want to start, or if you guys want to continue through the night, we'll be there in maybe 4 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we should probably start in the morning.
I think that would be. I'd say we just press on, because if nothing else, that'll at least be a shelter for us.
All right.
I'll pop a
fine with
torch
that.
then.
Sure. So night begins to fall. The moon rises above the mountaintops, and it is getting cold now. It was chilly, but it is now officially cold. Ignas and McSwiggins, you've lived up in the north your whole lives. And McSwiggins being part of the mountain folk tribes of barbarians that live deeper into the mountains. This isn't really too bad for you. You do notice the chill, but it doesn't necessarily affect you. Ignas, not wearing a whole lot of winter type clothing, but still having your leather armor on and stuff, provides you some protection from the cold. Desdin, as a southerner, this is as cold as you've ever been. This is cold. I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Sure. Saving throw. Constitution. Oops. I hit it twice.
Okay, so that's 12. Okay, yeah, sure. So you're cold, and every once in a while you shiver pretty heavily, but it's you're not incapacitated anyway. You're not developing frostbite yet, but it is cold.
Can I put my winter blanket on, like around me?
You can, yeah, go for it.
And still
go ahead.
carry the torch.
It'll be a little awkward, but yeah, I'd say you can do that.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then.
Okay, sure. So it starts to take some of the chill away, and the torch that you hold out in front of you does give off some heat, but this is the coldest that your southern body has ever been. But you're making do right now, so that works. Perfect. So you continue on through the night, and as the night wanes on and the moon is high in the sky, I'm going to need, let's see. Can I get a perception check from someone? And anyone can help in this.
Let's see. I only have a 1 bonus, so I will help.
Oh, okay, I'll roll.
Okay. I was going to say I have 0.
Oh,
so make it with it. Just click it again. Make it with advantage.
Sorry.
Hey,
21.
Advantage.
Yeah, so as you're going up higher and higher into the mountains, and the snow is becoming deeper and deeper as you're walking along, so it's harder and harder to recognize where the trail is. Luckily, McSwiggins earlier has a pretty good set eye on where you guys need to be going to follow this trail. You notice, Desdin, that there seems to be a structure of some sort kind of off in the distance, a little bit higher up into the mountain. You can see it from where you are now, and it looks like a couple kickbacks on this trail will probably lead you up to it.
Okay, I'll point at it as best I can with all the stuff I'm doing, and say I see something up there.
Okay.
Well, that should be the cabin. Let's hurry.
Yep. So you guys, you all look up and look at this, and when he says cabin, it's a little weird. He says it's a cabin, but it really looks like kind of an old fortress in a way. It's definitely not like wood structured. It is made out of stone. It happens to have some towers on the sides, and it's much larger than any cabin you would have probably thought it would be.
I look at Ignas and I go, does cabin have a different meaning in Gnomish?
Oh, come on. That's barely even a house.
Cabin has a different meaning in rich. Yeah.
It's the winter home. Like, come on. It's a vacation home.
Oh,
it's nothing special.
Nothing special.
So yeah, you continue up. Excuse me. You continue up the mountain, and it's like early morning now, right? It's still very dark. and you approach the outside of this structure. So after you come up into the highest part of the mountain, it's cold. It is now officially snowing. Snow is on the ground, and there's not really any vegetation out here. It's mostly just rock and just mountainscape. And you see the blunt, high stone walls of this like old fortress, essentially. It's definitely not as big as the Erdrick estate, but it is, in your guys' experience, it's definitely like a couple houses big, at least for normal people. It has a large a double wood door in the front, some arrow slits that function as windows that are out front as well, and it seems to be built back into this outcropping of mountain that kind of forms this U shape, and it sits nestled back into it, looking out over the mountain. So, and as you guys come up to this edge, and if you turn around, you can basically see you're in one of the higher peaks in the mountain range up till this point. So when you look back and beyond, you can kind of see over this mountain range that lies behind you, and it's actually a pretty incredible sight, as much as that you can see at night. Yeah, so you're up there now.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go on up to the front door.
Okay. So you come up to the front door. Are you gonna? I didn't hear if you said you were gonna open it or if you were gonna just come up to it.
Well, first I'm gonna come up to the front door and then try the knob.
I stop just real quick. I want to stop him.
Sure.
Hey. So
What?
I know you like your little toys, but would your father have left any traps if say he was hiding in here?
Maybe. Quite possibly. I don't know if he would have trapped the door per se, but I wouldn't put it past him to be waiting just beyond the door with a crossbow.
All right. Is there another entrance we can try, or do you just... Should we go right in the front?
Okay, what would I know about other entrances?
So there might be another entrance that you remember around the back, but it would involve climbing up this cliff that it's built into, that the fortress is built into, and it would be all the way around the back and on the second story, because it kind of the second story is open in the back rather than backed up into the cliff face, whereas the first floor still resides backed into the cliff face. You know what I mean? Like, so
yeah. Yeah.
How high are the walls, did you say?
It's probably 30 feet.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Getting in the back way would probably be prohibitive. I don't think we should go for it unless we really can't get in the front. Well, all right. Let me see if he's actually trapped the door.
So as you approach the door, what is your passive perception now? 16?
16.
Is that right?
Yeah.
16? You notice like a thin wire that goes across the very front entrance of the door.
Oh, lovely. He has trapped it. Wonderful. Then again, the back entrance is likely trapped as well. Actually, if he were smart, most of the traps would be in the back entrance.
What can we try to disarm it?
Yeah, you could attempt to disarm it if you'd like. Oh, sorry.
Maybe. Let me see. What would I roll to even disarm a trap anyway? Sleight of hand?
No. It's hang on a second. Let me bring up your sheet. There's like a particular one that I would use for this.
It's called trap disarming.
Yeah. Disarm trap. It would be, you have thieves tools, so you would roll a thieves tools roll.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
I do, don't I?
You do.
Let me see if I can disarm it. It says I'm a kleptomaniac.
He's got like 17 tools, like tool sets. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The guy's got everything. It's stupid.
I come prepared. All right, I'm gonna see if I can't undo
You're attempting
this
to
thing.
disarm?
Yeah, I'm attempting to disarm it without actually destroying it.
So knowing how in general how fortress traps work. You take out your thieves' tools and you find the tension point in the wire, and you're able to unhook it and ease the tension off without actually breaking it, and then pin it to a different location. So the trap is now moved out of the way, but is still retaining the tension so it does not break. So you have effectively disabled the trap.
All right. I guess next would be checking the door. Or if I can even get to the door.
So, I mean, that just was kind of like you're walking up to the entrance of the home, and in front of the door was this wire that you were just able to remove.
Right.
So in front of you now is the double wooden doors.
Right. So can I then check the door for traps?
Yeah, make an investigation.
Always fun to make an investigation check, because that is my greatest strength.
An 8. It doesn't look like you don't see anything. It just looks like a double set of wooden doors that has a couple handles on the front.
Does it have a knocker?
It does. There's a knocker on each side. Brass, and the knocking portion of it is in the Flower of Erdrick.
All right. I'll just knock on the door.
Sure.
With
So you
the
grab the
knocker.
knocker.
Yeah, sure.
And you knock on the door.
Yep.
And you wait. Doesn't seem to be any answer.
All right. Knock again. Repeatedly.
Loud booming sound echoes throughout the inside of the building that you can hear. But it doesn't seem, there does not seem to be an answer.
All right. Well, I will try turning the knob without actually opening the door.
So it's not knobbed. There's just two handles. So it would be like either a pull in or a push out, or like a push in or a pull out. But there doesn't seem to be a knob.
Well, anybody else want to open
do
it?
you just want to attempt to open the door? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Can I just kick the door?
So you push on it, and it seems that it's barred from the other side.
Okay. Well, that would make sense. Let's see. How to get past one of those? I don't suppose either of you can move objects with your mind.
I can move it with my shoulders if I charge hard enough.
Depends on what it's made out of. I'm assuming it would be wood. That doesn't count as earth, does it?
I mean, you can try.
If it's a stone door, maybe.
It is wood. The double doors are wood, thick, but they are wood.
Is it refined enough metal that there's any, like, the handle and whatnot?
I'm
thinking of metal bending from Avatar:
Oh.
The Last Airbender. There's earth in the metal.
So earth in the case of Dungeons and Dragons does not apply to like stone. It applies to like dirt.
Like dirt.
Earth.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. It does not apply to stone. There's an entire different set of like stone shaping spells that only apply to stone.
How attached to these doors are you?
Well, how attached to your fingers are you? Because those are pretty much the only things keeping out the cold. And also the only things defending us if we get more friends coming up the mountains.
So you're saying there's not a back door?
There is a back door, but it would be prohibitive to try and get there, let alone open it.
As you finish this sentence, and you guys have been talking out in front of the doors for quite some time, you hear a shifting weight from behind the door, and it seems something is being lifted and then dropped behind, and you hear a clattering sound. You hear and then it kind of like, and as something is shifted across the stone floor that seems to be rather heavy, and then the door is pulled open. And you see standing there, kind of shaded from most of you, because it is dark outside, you see your father.
Well, fancy meeting you here.
Well,
I brought my friends. Would you mind inviting us in?
I could hear you. So loud. But yes, please, do come inside so I can relock this door. Hopefully nothing else followed you here. Loudmouth heathens.
Funny story about that, but we'll get to that later. Would I have to roll a different trap check to replace the trap?
So that would be arming a trap. I would say, how high was your disable?
Let me see. What was it?
Thieves' Tool 17.
Yeah.
No, you know what? As you guys are walking inside, you're able to retrap the door.
All right.
Successfully. Yeah.
Right.
You repin the trap like on a ring. It's essentially like a wire on a ring, and you're able to like hook it to where it belongs. This is like a set trap that this old fortress has.
All right.
And you walk back inside and you close the door. And Duke Erdrick looks over to McSwiggins and says, "Do you mind helping me get this bar back in place?"
Oh yeah, sure. I put my axe back on my back and give him a hand.
Yeah, so he helps you lift it up, and it's with both of you working on it, mostly you working on it. It seems that he had a form of like lever system he was using to pry the thing back off. That he had. It took him a minute to get functioning, but you're able to put it back on. So now the front door is solidly locked.
Yay, safety.
Yeah.
Right up until they burn down the building.
It's gonna be fine.
Right up until they burn it down.
So you're inside the home, and Duke Erdrick turns to you and says, "Well, it seems that you all survived that night. Hopefully you have some excellent news for me. Certains hasn't been able to provide me with much, but he seems quite busy at this point. What happened?"
Well, if you were hoping for excellent news, I'm afraid, much like the rest of my life, I'll be a disappointment to you.
Jeez,
Damn.
Erdrick looks over his shoulder as he's walking away, pulling out a pipe from basically his waistcoat, and he looks. "Well, go on then." And he goes and sits by. You now notice as you've walked in, everything is stone. The floors are stone tiled. There's a couple large tables residing in there. There's a long table with a bunch of paper and parchment on it. There's another like table in the corner that seems to have dried meats, foods, and breads. Basically, like if it was storing some food there. There's a coat rack in the corner, and there's an immense fireplace that is also sitting in the room. It is just enormous, and it is well stacked with wood. And there are some very well cushioned chairs, kind of semicircled around it. And he's going to he went and sat down in one of these chairs, pulls out a decanter of maybe a scotch or a whiskey or something like that, and pours himself a glass, sits down, and starts tampering with his pipe.
All right, well, I'm gonna sit down opposite him and tell him, "We are wanted for murder. Rita Von Rolls has assumed more or less a duchess role of the city. She's scared away most of the major houses and minor houses from working with us. And did I mention we're wanted for murder?"
Well, I knew about the murder part. I was going to try to get you out of town earlier with Certains, but they acted a little faster than I had thought. I didn't think.
Yeah, so how much of this did you know?
Oh, well. Kita's always wanted power, but I didn't think she would make a move like this, not at a time when we're also going to be under siege. Though it does seem like her to take advantage of that weakness in our areas. We rely heavily in our house on Certains and his military, his army, his soldiers. And since they have all been moved north or south to each of the different mining locations to try to defend from the orc and grayskin invasion, we have been a little understaffed. I thought we would be safe where we were, but it seems they had some help. Whoever was able to infiltrate, we have some thoughts that this king in the mountains has some additional advisors that have access to creatures with various abilities, and it seems they were dispatched to our home. Now, as for Hida, I think she's just making the best of this move, trying to take advantage of the situation to claim a higher house role. From what Sertins has told me, the high houses seem to have been dissolved. Most of their family is either killed or dispatched. I don't know how whoever the assassins are knew who to take out. Well, there must be some kind of leak. Whether it's Hida or some other house, I don't know. I was
going to ask, do you think Hida von Rolls may have been the one who brought them into the city?
She has been instrumental in the building up of Erdrick in the last 20 years. Now, she has always been power-hungry, but she has never been murderous? So it's a little out of character for how she has acted previously, but again, we have other houses in Erdrick who would more than be happy to dispose of the high houses and try their hand at us.
No.
There are 12 lower houses, 3 higher, and then us. Out of those 12, only 2 ever provide 100% loyalty to us. Hida has always been respectful, but it's always been about the money and the power for her. As long as we were beneficial to her, then she would keep us around. I don't know what she would do with any opportunity, but to me, in the way that Sertins has told me, it seems she's just trying to stabilize the situation in Erdrick. Now, whether or not that ends up with her in a position of more power, yet to be seen. She has not claimed any titles yet.
Well, she certainly managed to ensure that the other houses forget their past loyalties, aside from the 2 lower houses that were loyal to us. Maybe she just got impatient.
It's possible. Again, I do not have any confirmation. The only amount of information I get is from Sertins and his wizards, but they are rather preoccupied in the northern mines.
Well, what do we do now? We came up here to find you and hopefully bring you back to the city to try and retake control, but are you even going back?
Well, at this point...
Dead.
Yes,
indeed.
They mostly think you're dead. But I'm not going to get into that. Yeah, they kind of think you're dead.
What did you do? He kind of looks, he puts his drink on a side table and removes the pipe from his mouth and looks at you. It's the same look you got when you walked into the office the first time and basically told them that you murdered a bunch of people.
I'll tell you what I didn't do. I didn't kill anyone else.
He cocks an eyebrow at that and says, really?
Aside from some of the Opal Daggers who were trying to kill us first.
Were they?
Yes. They had a letter from Rita von Rolls.
Do you have proof? Do you have the letter with you?
No, I did not bring it, no.
But this would be... got rid of evidence that would try to... Do you ever think before you act?
Apparently not. But what would you care anyway?
I would care because it sounds like Hida might have more of a role in this than before. Has she asked for... Was she asking for your capture or for your murder?
You said that the letter said that it was to
more
capture us?
Yeah, it was capture so you may face the justice of Erdrick.
Okay. She asked for our capture so that we might face justice.
That's more likely. Don't try to pose that she wanted to murder you. She just wants you in jail because you murdered her men. And so you murdered more of her men. So now you are not only murderers, but fugitives.
Well, we were technically fugitives before the second we left the city, so...
Now you're murderers twice over and fugitives. This doesn't bode well for you if you ever go back to Erdrick, does it? I only have so much power, and here, our power is not stable. We rely a lot on House Sertins as our backbone. Who did you leave in charge at the home?
Who was it? It was the captain, wasn't it? No, the captain of the
there
guard?
was a captain of the guard that you never asked the name of, that basically took the role over after the previous one was murdered.
All right. So, wow, I'm apparently suck at the little
Real
details.
quick. Is Certain's one of the high houses?
Earl Reist Sertens is technically the quote-unquote highest of the high houses below Duke Erdrick.
I have been thinking Reist and Certains are two different people, and I was going to be like, where the
Ah.
hell is Reist? I thought two of them were dead.
Earl
Got it.
Reist Sertens.
Okay, I don't think I ever knew his name for some reason.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I was kind of confused as well, but then again. Well, the captain of your guard supposedly died in the attack, and the man under him had taken over. So we left him in charge.
Raj, good man. Sometimes bright. But maybe not the one to have left in charge. I guess you didn't have a choice. And your sister? Where is she?
The last I was told, she was safe and protocols had been enacted to move her.
Hopefully she is safe. She would be at a house we have deeper into the city, under the care of some of the maids and servants we have there, with a guard of some of Sertens's men. She should be safe, and I hope she is. He looks a little sad, and kind of looks away, and then kind of looks back to you, Ignas, and says, "Well, what was your plan?"
I'll be honest. My plan mainly involved dealing in some way with Von Rolls. And beyond that, and bringing you back. But beyond that, I hadn't much of an idea.
We just don't know who to trust at this stage. When we found you gone, we didn't know what that meant.
He looks over to you and says, "Well, you're wise not to trust anyone in Erdrick, to be quite honest. There are very few people there with any honest intentions at all. It's good of you to come to me. I fear the worst for our house, and which is why I fled. I don't know if there will be a house to go back to when this is all over. The Greyskins have started their siege. They will reach the city in 2 days, and in force will attack it. With most of Sertens's men in the north, I do not know if we can hold out. Now, with the internal fighting from the murders of the high houses, there may not be a fight at Erdrick."
Are they in the north because that's where we think this king of the mountain is?
So the raids have been coming from the north.
They've been coming from the north.
Right. They've either been going overland or through the tunnels and have been raiding the northernmost edges of the Erdrick quote unquote kingdom. Erdrick is smaller, and it's mostly just one large city with a bunch of offshoot mines. But they seem to be raiding all of those locations and have been pushing further and further into the tunnels. Now, Reist's Earl Sertens's men have been defending the entire northern edge. With your input, he said he was going to send men southward as well because you said you had noticed that somehow they had gotten around. But that's what you know of that situation right now. And with the Duke has said that Earl Sertens is seeing to the defense of that personally. He is not currently here or in Erdrick.
Seeing to the defense of the south personally.
You don't know what location.
Oh, okay.
Well, then I can see two possibilities.
Maybe it would benefit us to go help them.
In the south?
No, in the north. Just because that's where they've been this whole time until they flanked around the south, seemingly.
Well, and there's two possibilities. We either go to the north and see if we can break their lines somehow, or return to the city, try and unify the houses, and make a concerted effort to resist the siege.
The Duke looks over to you and says, those are both very good plans. How would you intend on doing either of these?
Well, if we knew where their leader was, we could perhaps find him and assassinate him. That might break their command structure. On the other hand, if we went back to the city, we would be able to either rebut or work with Von Rolls and unify the houses, ensure that everyone is fighting as best they can, make sure our defenses are prepared, rather than concentrating on infighting.
What if we just promise that we'll turn ourselves over after this entire thing is situated? I mean, or is handled, because like there are bigger fish to fry than 3 assholes killing their men.
There's not much time for justice when we're beset on all sides by enemies.
And if we had, I don't know, a man in power vouching for that, wink, wink, Mr. Duke, maybe we could garrison the city, unify the city, and then take those troops to help, I don't know, the troops that are already struggling because they're spread too thin.
We could make this case. I think that might be the best course of action. I need to get home and see to your sister and the house. Maybe we can unify the houses again. They have been fighting against us and our rule for quite some time now. There's a much money that we cannot provide them that they get themselves through their own means. So they have more power and we have less and less. And we have less and less sway, which is why we rely so heavily on Sertans and then the other 2 High Lords who are now no longer alive. We may be able to make some deals. But
then we need to be seen as the force that is unifying Erdrick, saving it from certain doom. That may ensure the continuation of our house.
Again, the Greyskins will be at our front door within 2 days. Whether or not Sertans can hold them off in whatever capacity that he can, maybe buy some time, I do not know. He can only communicate with me. I cannot speak back to him. Do not know how to find him. But
when was the last time you heard from him?
He kind of takes the pipe and taps on the head and he says, Sertans has his ways of communicating with me, and I may respond, but only briefly.
No, I know, but when? Like, when was the last time you heard from him?
Today, midday.
Okay.
He checks in 3 times, maybe? 3 times a day? Last time I heard from him was midday. He's probably due for another here soon.
Well, we have 2 days, which means we should probably head back to the city soon. I don't suppose you have another one of those teleportation scrolls.
He kind of smiles wryly and shakes his head. No, I believe I am out.
All right.
But it is late. I am tired. And I believe we are best suited to starting tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Oh, before we do go off for the night, is the back door trapped as well?
He looks to you and says, yes, it's locked and barred and lots of furniture is in the way.
All right.
I am one man. I can only watch one entrance.
Well, I am an artificer, and I can at least give us an advantage if anyone breaches a particular perimeter. All right. Because I can put an alarm spell on the front door at least.
Sure.
And I am entirely too sober and would like to be pointed to the nearest liquor cabinet.
He looks at you and says, very well. And he pulls out the same decanter that he had earlier, pours you a glass, and hands it to you.
Your dukeship. I drank it.
He says, "And so if that's all, I'll..." And then he pauses, and his eyes kind of flutter for a second. And then he comes back and says, "Certains." He checked in. He's to the north. Seems they're pressing hard. They have beings that... We knew that the king in the spine had allies that were of a particular power. Your friend, the elf Vathan, and the Commander Belfus were supposed to go track down one of such cohorts, but I don't see him with you. Where did he go?
He left with, what was it, Commander Belfast?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he left with Commander Belfast before we left the city.
Indeed. I wonder if they went back to Sparrow's Crossing. Regardless, did he tell you if they found anything after he went out the first time?
I don't remember if he did.
He didn't. So,
okay.
But
well,
regardless. So he says, there was an orc advisor, I suppose, to this king in the north that had a particular ability to corrupt things. And it seems that these corruptions have been utilized in the northern front. They may make it to Erdrick faster than 2 days.
Well, if it's what I'm thinking of, we've seen it before.
Well, that doesn't bode well. How much time do we have then?
I don't know. His spell ran out before he could specify.
Less than
he just said soon.
I wouldn't assume more than a day to be able to get back, prepare defenses. Oof. That's a tight duration. Teleportation scroll would be really useful right about now, Dad.
I advise we go to bed.
Very well.
All right.
And he started in the morning.
He gestures off toward to the stairs and says, "You'll find rooms upstairs. Not very comfortable, but you'll find rest there."
All right. By the way, can I set 2 alarms or just 1?
I believe as a ritual you can set as many as you. I'm not sure. Hang on a second. Can you put up the spell in the chat log real quick?
Yeah. Wait. There we go.
You set an alarm, 20-foot cube. Alarm alerts you. When you cast a spell, you can designate creatures that won't set off the alarm. Choose whether the alarm is mental or audible. Alerts you within 1 mile. No, you could. Yeah, so right. as a ritual spell, you can cast it a couple times if you'd like.
All right. Then before I go to bed, I'm going to take the time to ritual cast alarm on the front door and the back door alike.
Okay.
Make a nice big audible noise.
Sure. Nice big audible noise. Yeah, sure. Front door and back door have been.
Well, I guess technically it's the sound of a handbell, but can I adjust the volume?
An audible alarm produces the sound of a handbell for 10 seconds within 60 feet. Nope.
Oh, whatever.
Sound of a handbell within 60 feet.
All right.
Okay. So, yep, those are set. You head up to the upstairs. You basically you come upstairs and you see it's set out as more of just rooms for sleeping and things like that. And there seem to be maybe 5 or 6 total rooms. There are beds in each of those rooms with mattresses, but none of them are made. It's definitely been out of use for quite some time. But you are able to find your rest in each of these various rooms if you'd like.
Yeah.
I'll pick one and go lay on the mattress.
Okay. All right. And before I go to bed, I also wanted to use a whole magic item analysis to figure out what that potion was that I got from the bodies.
All right, that's right. Yeah, sure. So, you guys are taking your rest. The magic item you got, you find that it is a potion of animal friendship.
Right? I can be a friend to all animals.
Yep. So if you go into your compendium and type in potion of animal friendship or potion of animal, it'll pull up exactly what it is.
Animal friendship. Potion of animal friendship. Okay. You can cast the animal friendship spell for 1 hour at will. Oh.
It's a muddy liquid that has like some fish scales in it, hummingbird tongues, a cat claw. There's various animal bits inside. But yes, that's what you found.
I can
Part
cast
of a
an
bad
animal.
breakfast.
So if I had more time, basically, and an elf that could range for me, I could theoretically go up to a whole bunch of animals, like drink this potion, go up to a whole bunch of animals, and keep casting the spell over and over and over, and then have an army of woodland creatures to fight for me.
Like Ace Ventura.
Possibly.
Let me check the actual
Come to me,
spell.
jungle friends.
Yeah, I'm reading it now.
Oh wait, let's see. You mean it no harm. Oh wow, that's the most useless spell ever.
Yeah. So basically, you can just calm an animal. It sounds like.
That's lame. Unless they have attack wolves when they attack the city, then it's useful.
Sure. So yeah, that's what you found.
All right.
So with that, you guys are doing your long rest. So you each receive for that last battle 479 experience.
179. All right. Calculator time.
Mm-hmm.
Calculator.
And at this point, we'll take a quick break. So you guys are up to full health again. If you've used any of your hit dice, go ahead and give half of your total back to your available pool. And we'll take a quick break here, 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll be right back with part 2 of DieFall. Be right back.
All right.
He says after he's like, I don't remember the link.
And welcome back to DieFall part 2. So you guys have headed to bed, and you are trying to get your sleep. So as the night progresses on, I need Desdin to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. Wisdom. You caught me when I was doing something. Wisdom. Nailed it.
22. Yeah.
Get the shit out of that.
As you sleep and as you rest, a voice creeps into your brain. You're not sure if it exists just in the dream or in real life or something, but you're walking through the same area where you had previously meditated and found your connection to the elements. So you're by that crystal clear pool with the waterfall, the outcropping that goes out over it, the trees swaying in the background, long willow branches, and you find yourself there again, and you hear this voice start creeping in, and it says, Wanderer, can you hear me? It continues on. They took me, Wanderer. I was right under your nose, and they took me. They're going to try to bring me back, but not as I once was. I'm going to need your help, Wanderer, and I need you to find me. And the voice fades out, and you're left with just the sound of the waterfall on the crystal pool. And then you continue drifting into your sleep.
Okay.
So that's your rest. Everyone else rests fitfully. And I already gave you your experience. So morning happens. The light creeps through the windows of the rooms that you are in. And yeah, what would you like to do?
You already know.
You go take a leak.
Take a piss.
He takes a leak. There's an unused chamber pot from years and years of no one being here that seems to already have stale urine in it. How you didn't notice the smell before is a miracle, but you add your stream to the pot. It smells awful. Okay, yeah. That's good. I like that. That always makes my day. So yeah, you guys head downstairs. And would you like to? I mean, there's some of the like kind of breakfast food around. It's basically like rations, essentially, that have been left here that don't spoil easily. And in the cold climate, they tend to keep much longer than normal. So there's like some cured meats and cheeses and stuff like that have been left here.
Okay, I'm going to eat something.
Sure. So you sit down at one of the tables. The fire is restoked up, and Duke Erdrick comes down the stairs as well and follows you and grabs himself some of the food too. And he sits down across from you guys and says, "Well, I suppose we should get on the road soon, hmm?" And he seems to be kind of bundled up in a large like fur coat that probably was the one that you saw was missing from his closet earlier. And he's got some heavy boots on now as well. There seems to be a rapier strapped to his side and a light crossbow slung across his back.
I'm betting he can get natural 20s on that crossbow.
I'm going to ask him. I'm going to say, "Excuse me, Duke. Do you know of the Thinner Temple in your city?"
"Yes, of course, monk. What is it?"
"Can you get me inside there? I need to look for something, or I need to look for a book."
"Of course. Generally, if you can't afford to get in for the 5 gold, they just let you sweep for some time and allow you to do whatever you wish. But yes, I will have a talk with the headmaster there, and we will see what we can do.
Okay.
Their library is extensive, though I think ours almost matches it."
I'll nod to him and say thank you.
"Of course. Help me get home, and I'll do whatever I can for you boys."
All right.
From where McSwiggins is sitting at this table, he can see out the front windows. And I would like him to make a perception roll for me, please.
Oh, brother.
Where art thou?
I don't know, because I rolled an 11.
You glance outside, and the snow is still falling. It's light, it's bright. The sun seems to be reflecting heavily off of the the snow. But you don't seem to see anything. But you hear something. Kind of hear this faint thudding sound pretty regularly, just like a boom, 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 and it seems to be growing ever louder. But it's still right on the edge of your hearing.
I hold up a hand to the table to halt any conversation and just say, "Did anybody else hear that?"
Oh, no.
I'm going to listen to see if I can hear it.
Yeah, go ahead. Make a perception roll for me. You don't seem to hear anything as of right now.
I'm actually just gonna go up and, by the way, you said windows. Are there like big gaping holes in the stonework, or is there glass, or what?
There were arrow slits, right?
They're glass. They're essentially glassed over arrow slits.
Oh, okay, so
right,
it's
because
like
this is like an
like a
old
fortress.
Correct. This is an old fortress. But since then it has been reworked into a winter home for the Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. I'm just gonna go and see if I can peer out of the arrow slits.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow him with my axe ready.
Okay, so you guys you go over to one of these arrow slits and you take a look outside, and the glare from the sun on the
Snow blindness.
on the snow is really it's hard to see, but you rub your eyes a couple times and you see these shapes, these gray shapes. Very large one, and then some smaller ones, and they seem to be approaching quickly.
We may be under attack.
What in God's name is that?
And that's where I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, brother.
So let me get you guys onto the map.
Well, look on the bright side. We
Oh,
are
look at that little
actually
fireplace.
we're actually inside a fortified position this time.
It's true. You actually are.
Whether that's going to help us or
You have
No?
yet to find out.
We have arrow slits. We can
Fortified
shoot
or
at them.
trap it. Yeah, they're glassed over though, so we're gonna have to
Okay, crossbow.
Let me
Remember,
add this.
one shot with a crossbow breaks the glass.
True.
Why is it showing me all of these things? Hang on a second.
Oh, the
Ruins it as a vacation home, but still.
It's
All right.
showing me all of your
initiative.
stats on my page, but that's fine, I guess.
There we go. Hoo-hoo!
And
says-
stream, I'll fix this in a second. There we go.
Okay, so it says that no valid token was selected. I'm not sure why.
you have to select your
That
person.
means you didn't select your token when you were trying to roll initiative
Oh God!
again.
Dang it!
At literally every time. I do not know how you managed to do this.
I remember
Literally every time. It's kind of
You
impressive
can't
at this
bookmark
point.
that.
You had,
Yeah,
you had a
it's-
good roll
it's-
too.
It's kind of impressive at this point. Yeah, I'll add it. Give me a second.
All
Because now I need to get my guys ready. do.
Gotta get his big boys ready. Jesus, what is that?
Yeah. Some cool new enemies.
Oh my
So
God.
you're looking outside and you see these gray shapes and one much larger than the rest, and they seem to be sprinting towards the old fortress now. So I'm gonna go ahead and let me make sure I can select you guys, and I need to select Ignis.
Yeah.
I need to add his turn to the list. What was your roll?
Whopping 22.
22. Good job.
Proud of him.
He
and then
gets
we're gonna
2
go ahead
turns.
and
If only.
Yeah, if I crit on
I think
initiative,
need
do
to
I get a free
this,
attack?
and
Yes.
then- no.
Damn it.
Why would you think that, idiots?
No, you don't. You are not. You're not hidden. You're not. Yeah, you're not hidden in any way.
So you're saying
so
no.
no sneak attacks. So I'm saying no. Yes, I'm saying no.
So you're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying
So
there is a
telling me there's a
previous
chance.
type of chance. Yes.
You know what? At
There
the very
is.
least, I'm glad I reset that trap.
Mm,
But it doesn't matter because I guess it does.
Yeah.
I was thinking the
Okay.
alarm for some reason.
No. The alarm was just to let us know, hey, if someone attacks us in
Bring
the
it.
night.
Yes, I know. Thank you.
Now, here's
Thank
hoping
you
the trap
for
actually
telling
works.
me.
It's like the little drone in Iron Man that like douses him when he's laying there after the fact. Just-
The fire
Uh,
extinguisher.
yeah.
Cool.
I love that part.
All right. So it seems that we
Swat
have
that
our
last
initiative
week.
order as of right now. Ignis Erdrick, you are first up. What would you like to do, my friend?
First of all, shout, Dad, you might want to come see this. And bring
Okay.
your crossbow. And I guess I will take a shot at, I don't know, let's say the guy in front here.
His name is
so-
Charles.
So
This one?
what you're looking at right now.
Yeah.
You're looking out some glass, right?
Yeah.
Out to the outside. So are you going to shoot through the glass?
No, I figured first, I'm assuming at least that I can use the butt of the crossbow and break the glass and then shoot.
Sure. You know what? If it'll take half of your movement will go to this.
I'm not
But
gonna move
I
anyway,
need you
but
to
yes.
roll a athletics check.
That was gonna be good.
Am I going to be too weak to break glass?
We're gonna find out.
Oh, God.
You butt your crossbow against the glass, but it seems to be well tempered and rather thick, and you can't seem to smash through it. So it remains.
Son of a... All right, fine. Can
I could just picture this.
I use the other half of my movement to try and again?
I would say you have to wait till next turn to actually
Ah.
make that.
All right. Let me see. What else can I do? Well, I'm assuming I can't.
What's
throw
your
through
passive
glass.
your passive perception is 16?
Yes.
After you hit this, you notice that there's a small latch that you could possibly open the window with.
Okay.
He says, casually sipping his drink.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
a small latch.
The dude
By the
wanted to
way,
bash a window open.
Yeah,
You can
by
try
the
to bash
way.
a window open.
Perfect timing to have me try and bash the window open before telling
you
me that.
didn't ask.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
you said you wanted to bash
passive
the window open.
perception. I
You wanted to
should
bash
just
the
You
window
assume.
open.
passively didn't perceive it.
So
Fine.
the window swings open, and the glass is no longer in front of you. And you said you wanted to make an attack on which one?
The one in front that I can see. Let me see.
Sure. So the first one, the first
That
small
one.
one.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I
Go
can
ahead
only see
and
two of them.
roll your crossbow attack. Correct.
Right, yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Thanks a lot. I can't see. Oh, okay.
23. Yep, definitely hits. Go ahead and roll for damage on that. The after you attempt to bash through and you go, oh, and you unlatch it, swing the window open, you line your crossbow up, and you take that shot, and the bolt sails across the snowy expanse and strikes this gray, bubbled, skinned creature, and it howls out in pain. And you deal it 5 damage. Congratulations.
All right. So before my turn ends, let me ask one thing. Is the window held open by anything, or will it close? Like, will it just swing shut after I'm done holding it open?
No, it's on hinges. So it opens like a door,
Okay.
right? So like it's a little latch. You undid the latch and it swings open. So it's just
So
open.
it swings
now.
open vertically or horizontally?
Horizontally like a door.
Okay. Would I be able to then close it once I'm done?
If you'd like to.
I
Sure.
would like to close it because, hey, if I can't break it with the butt of a crossbow, then I'm going to go ahead and assume that it would take a little time.
You are a gnome,
for
though.
someone else to. Yes, but it's glass. Well, never mind. Yes, I would like to close it since I can now open and close it at will. Yes, I'd like to close it at the end of my turn.
Sure. Yeah. I'm gonna say you're pretty much out of movement now to make all of this happen, right?
Sure.
Like you've taken your full turn to make all of this work.
Well, yeah, I wasn't really planning on moving anyway, but
Sure. I'm just
Next
letting you know.
turn, the window's going to get broken and a rock is going to hit Ignis square in the face.
But I won't have to open the window anymore.
All right. So that completes your turn. So we go to one of these creatures out here, and they're howling and yelling, and they're going to be making their moves. So with their what they can do, this one runs and sprints towards the door and gets just about here, and then yeah, that's about it. So essentially, you see this one start running forward, and he is then joined by oh my. Okay, this second one is going to run towards the house and attempt to bash down the door. He triggers the trap, not seeing it and not caring. Meaning he needs to make a dexterity save here. An 18. He does save from it, but he still will take damage. Let me go ahead and find my trap real
name
quick.
is Chester.
He will take 2d10 damage. So /roll 2d10. So nice job on putting that together. So he takes 8 damage here.
Damn.
I accidentally selected the door. He takes 8 damage here.
door
But
takes
as
8
he
damage.
goes through, he attempts to bash down this door with his body. So he is going to go ahead and roll for that here with a strength check. Public roll. A 19. He slams into the door, and you hear the bar crack, but it doesn't give way. And he's there, and for his next move. You know what? Actually, this one would do the same thing because he would have been able to do that too. So this one is going to attempt to help him and hit it again with an 8. So now you have both of these guys basically out here trying to bash their way through the door. And then this guy's action, he's going to make another attempt. And so the door is holding, but the bar has cracked, and you hear them like just howling outside. And as they came closer, you could see the bubbles on their skin, and they seem to be like there's boils. They're disformed, gray skinned, and and loud. McSwiggins, it is now your turn.
Just checking something.
I've passed out short bows before today.
Do what?
So,
I'm just
so the for ranged weapons, it's lower value / higher value. Is that like the range at which?
Yes.
So once
anything
it's past the second one, you roll at disadvantage.
So the first one, anything up to the first one is a normal attack.
Okay.
Between the first and second is disadvantage.
Okay.
After the second is you just literally
Impossible.
cannot do that. Yeah.
Is the window I'm in front of the same situation as Ignis? Like I can open it?
Yeah, there's a latch that you
Okay.
you can see and open.
All right, I'm gonna start my rage. Pop that rage.
Sure. Yep. So everyone hears the dwarf start huffing and starts growling. And, yep.
And I would like to 1d6 piercing versus 1d6 slashing. Okay. I would like to make a ranged attack. I want to open the door, or I'm sorry, open the window I'm in front of.
Sure.
And I would like to make a ranged attack at I think this is Charles. I don't remember which one I named.
Sure, the most southernly located one.
Yeah, that one.
What are you're attacking with a javelin?
I'm gonna do wait.
You have a hand axe and a javelin.
Yeah, I don't really see the difference. Just at this range, I don't see the difference. I'm gonna do the hand axe on him.
Okay, so you attempt to throw a hand axe. I believe this is at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yep. So go ahead and make your attack roll there.
Ugh.
An 11. So you open this. You ragingly open this window by unlatching it and swinging it open. And you here, hang on. Let me see.
Window.
Yep, you just have line of sight on this guy. And you hurl the axe out, and it strikes him square in the shoulder, and goes, "Ugh!" And you hit this guy for however much damage that was, 8 damage. Congratulations!
Nice. Take that. And then I am going to move right up here in front of the door.
Yep. Okay.
Oh God! Before I do that, I'm going to close the window.
Too late.
Okay. Sure.
That
Why not?
Will end my turn.
Okay. So next is this one. So the one you just hit with his hand axe, as enraged as you are, is going to attempt to barrel through the door as well. I'm going to go ahead and make his strength check here. No, it seems that they're just piling up at this entrance here and like bouncing off of this door. He's going to attempt to open it again, just trying to shove his body into it. Nope. And it doesn't seem like they're able to do anything about this. Desdin, it is now your turn.
All right. What I'm gonna do is kind of stand in front of the Duke. So like they would have to go through me to get to him if they got in.
Okay.
Kind of protecting him a little bit.
Sure.
And then I'm just gonna end my turn because I can't really do anything.
Would you like to hold an action of any kind?
What does that mean?
So holding an action means you pick what you would like to do upon something else happening. So you say, if I get attacked, I want to take my attack. Or if something pops out of this window, I want to throw something at it. Or something like that. That's essentially what you're
Or like,
saying.
If they bust down the door, you punch one of them.
Yeah. Well, no. I'm gonna stand in front of the Duke.
Okay. So you take that as your turn?
If they kick the door down and somehow run past the dwarf and get to me, I will attack them.
Okay, so so essentially you're holding your attack if an enemy comes into range.
Yes.
Okay, sure. For melee, gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. So now it's this next one's turn. He's going to try to do the same thing. They are just trying to bash this door down. Yeah, no, he gets there with his move, and then he tries to shove it open. The door is beginning to just crack and break, and it does not look like it's going to hold up much longer. The bar there is beginning to definitely crunch in the middle after every one of these impacts hitting the door over and over again. So then, after he does that, oh my, okay. The big lumbering monster attempts to bowl through his friends to also break down the door, and just by his sheer weight, he'll be able to do this. Because they have hit it so many times. So shoving all of his compatriots out of the way, he attempts to shove through and occupy the same space as the dwarf.
Friend.
And in doing so, he's going to make an additional check here. I'm going to need McSwiggins to make an opposing strength or athletics check. An opposing athletics check, okay? So he's going to make his check here, a 23.
So just a check or a save?
Athletics check. A 9. He pushes you backwards 5 feet out of this space, essentially, is what happens here. In doing so, he has thrown these guys out of the way to occupy this space. That door has been absolutely blown open. So as I do this, I'm going to change the lighting scheme here. Hang on. Oh.
Hey, I can see now.
Yep. So he bowls through that door and shoves you backwards. Seeing you there, you see this giant metal morning star come swinging around as he bowls through the gate there, and he swings it at you, McSwiggins. And he rolls a 17.
Yeah, that'll
I believe that hits you. Yeah, so he comes swinging around with his morning star and smashes you into the chest and bowls you backwards, dealing you 7 bludgeoning damage because you are currently raging. Yep. After shoving you back from the door and then hitting you with this weapon, he's there going, and the door splinters are everywhere. And then as this happens, the last of these, I think he can actually, let's see. Oh, nope. He's gonna be caught up behind all of these dudes, snarling, and they're all trying to push their way in, but he can't get by because the big guy here is like stuck in the way. And there doesn't seem to be another way for them to get in. Ignis, it is now your turn.
Can I move away without incurring an attack of opportunity?
Is the Duke in the turn order? Is he attacking?
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Let me roll for him. We'll take his turn now. He should be. I just forgot to bring his. I
thought he was just gonna cower at the table.
Oh,
he better not. He has a freaking crossbow.
He's not like that.
I know.
In his younger days, he may have been an adventurer or something.
Then he took an arrow in the knee.
So let me go ahead and roll his initiative, but we'll take his turn right now as well. His was an 18. Jesus.
Nice.
Let me go ahead and do these orders again. Whoa. Cancel. No, I don't want to clear all turns. Cancel.
Oh, you broke the game.
I did. There we go. So he's going to take a shot at the. He basically sees this door come down. He's like, "Oh my god!" And he takes a shot with his crossbow at the large beast. And while he's sitting there,
The
he's looking
apple
at this
apparently
beast.
does fall far from the tree.
He clicks the
Oh,
crossbow.
dang.
The bolt zips out and strikes the giant thing in the eye. And he deals it some damage. There you
Damn.
go. So yeah, he deals it seven total damage, critically wounding it in the eye socket there.
Geez, if I
Yeah.
roll another crit, can I just blind it?
Maybe
Hey.
you
All
can
right.
certainly try.
But my same question: if I move away from where I am now, will I incur an attack of opportunity?
Let's see.
I'm kind of between squares
You're
right now.
kind of in that. I think you're in front of the window, so I think you're fine. I think if you,
Okay.
yeah, I think if you back away, you will not incur one right now.
Okay, so let me see where I can move.
I'm taking your starting point is here, like
Oh.
right in front of the window. Not as
Oh.
if you're moving from the square literally next to him, then yes, you're
Well,
going to
yeah,
incur an
I
attack of
don't know
opportunity.
where to click because I'm in between squares.
Yeah, right in front of the window is where you were.
Okay. Let me see. I wouldn't want to be next to him just in case of AOE, but
Hey, Robo?
Yeah, what's up, bud?
Real quick, so if say Ignis walks away and it incurs an attack of opportunity, that counts as that creature making an attack against him.
Yep, you would get your sentinel.
So then
token.
I would get my sentinel. Okay, interesting.
Mhm.
So he would incur an attack of opportunity by making an attack of opportunity. Interesting.
Well, no. He incurs a reaction from you by taking an attack of opportunity.
Ugh.
Attack of opportunity is different than a sentinel action.
Well, no, but it says creatures provoke opportunity attacks from me.
Yeah, sure.
technically speaking, but that's quibbling
yes.
over semantics.
So yes,
you will be able
yes.
to attack.
Yes.
I wasn't okay.
Alright.
I wasn't
Yes.
trying to start an argument about
No.
semantics, but
You're
I'll,
good.
I'll shut up. Just
okay,
wanted
so
to
I'm gonna-
clarify the rules that I didn't know.
It's,
Yeah.
it's good.
Thanks,
It's good.
everybody.
You're welcome. So I'm going to move back here, which I think was 25 feet.
yep.
And I am actually going to cast that spell that I linked earlier, Shield of Faith, and I'm going to put it right on the dwarf.
Okay. Shield of Faith
Actually, wait, it's one bonus action. So
takes
does that
a
mean I
bonus
can
action.
attack?
Indeed.
Ooh, okay. Well,
Small parchment bit of holy text written on it. Concentration up to 10 minutes. A shimmering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice, granting it +2 bonus AC. So McSwiggins, whatever your AC is now, add 2.
Neat.
Mhm.
Does concentration mean he can't do anything else while it's up?
Concentration means that if he gets attacked, he has to make concentration checks, which are Constitution saves
Mhm.
to try to maintain his focus.
Roger, got it.
Right.
I was thinking of something else.
He can't have 2 concentration spells up at the same time.
oh, okay. That's the other thing I was going to ask because I thought, maybe I put one up on both the melee.
You cannot. You can
Okay.
maintain 1.
All right. Well, since McSwiggins is right there, okay, then I will also take a crossbow attack on the big guy.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, let's see just how far the apple does fall from the tree.
Oh, well,
22.
far at
Yep,
all.
that definitely hits. So the arrow zips by and finds a crease in the plate armor that exists on this giant creature, and it deals some damage to him. It howls out a little bit as it takes the bolt into the chest area. Yeah. I believe that's the end of your turn.
I think
So it's now
yeah.
Duke Erdrick's turn once again. I think he is also going to take a couple steps back here, being a little bit frightened of the situation that's going on, and seeing this giant piece of meat take a couple bolts and still not be phased, is going to shoot at it again with his crossbow. Able to hit it again, finding a piece of that like weird gray meat that is maybe some skin and bones and muscle there. To deal it some damage, and it howls out again, not liking becoming this pincushion for the family of Erdrick gnomes that reside in this house. Yeah. So now it is okay. So in the same manner that you guys are able to slip by your companions, these are going to be able to slip by their own companions because this door is now currently open. I think this one here is going to insert itself into a situation right here. It has forced its way by, maybe through the legs of the giant one that stands in the doorway, and has come up to Desdin and is going to make an attack on him here.
He gets a free attack though, right?
Who?
Is Desdin held an attack?
No.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
because
Oh, yeah.
you held an action, he's going to make an attack, but because he is in range, you will also be able to make your attack because you held that action. So he's going to roll his attack here. So he slices out at you with his claws, rolling a 21 here, which I believe hits you. So I'm going to go ahead and roll that damage. So you take 5 slashing damage and 3 necrotic, and you were able to retaliate with your held damage.
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Are you talking to me or to McSwiggins?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Okay. So you take 5 slashing damage and 3 necrotic damage before you're able to lash out with your quarterstaff from your held action here. And so go ahead and make your attack. Yep, 24 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll that damage. So we go with the two-handed one, which is technically the second number. So that is 5. You swing out and you slap him up in the ribs there, and you deal him some damage.
All right.
Yeah.
Can I use my unarmed strike after that? Because
it
was
is
a held attack.
Is unarmed strike a bonus action?
Yes.
Then no. You can only hold an action. You cannot hold your turn.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. So you're able to make that one attack, and when you're able to attack multiple times during one attack, then you will be able to, but not right now. That's not something you can do.
Got it.
So you're able to do that.
Would like to make my sentinel attack on him.
Yep, go for it. So go ahead, because you find this opening as he runs by, as he's striking out this gray, corrupted, orcish-looking creature. As corrupted as he looks, you swing out with your axe. Yep, and you connect quite handedly, and you deal it 16 damage, slicing across the rib cage that was just opened up by your buddy Desdin there. So that's 6. That's 19. That's okay. Yeah, and you deal it a hefty blow. And yeah, there you go. That I believe that ends that one's turn. The next one in line here is kind of gonna attempt to do the same finagling around here. So there's 5, and then he's gonna kind of run. I think he's gonna end up right here, kind of like that. And he is gonna also make an attack here at Desdin. Basically, they're running through and running by, confident that their larger friend can take care of the dwarf, and they attack out, and rolls a 7. I don't believe that connects with you, Desdin.
Does not.
Okay, so maybe you spin around from attacking the first one. You're able to knock away the claws of the corrupted creature next to you, and that is his turn.
And I will also do a thing against him.
You only get 1 reaction per turn.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to click it then.
No, it's fine. I'm just telling you. You only get 1 reaction per turn.
Oh, sad.
So the Sentinel action takes your reaction away from you. That's what it uses.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I was wondering if
So-
there were any limits on that.
There are. I believe later you might be able to do it multiple times, but as of right now, it's not something that you can do yet.
Darth Kitty wants to play.
You guys may need the help, so yeah. Okay.
You just might.
Yeah, if that one orc didn't die, then yes.
So
Cat.
now, McSwiggins, it is your actual turn.
So I want to attack the big guy.
Yeah, go ahead and swing that axe at the big man. A 13 is just enough to hit. You find a crease within some of that like shoddy plate armor it's wearing, and you're able to deal it 8 damage as you swing out, maybe catching it in a kneecap somewhere because it's quite tall.
And then
yeah, you
I
do
would
catch it.
Also, like to use the bonus to yeah, I'll do it on him as well.
So you after you swing through with your axe, you come back across, dropping one hand off the axe. The spiked gauntlet finds its way into another unarmored portion of the monstrosity in front of you, finding purchase and dealing some damage to it there as well. Yep.
And
well done.
That will end my turn.
Excellent. Sounds good. And you don't plan on moving or anything. You're just gonna hold your ground here.
Holding the ground.
Okay. This next one, who had taken some damage here, is going to force his way through and basically run straight at the Duke here. And he's going to swipe out with his claws at the Duke. Yeah, that hits. I'm sorry, what?
Does what's his name? McSwiggins get an attack of opportunity for that guy moving past him, or does he like forfeit that from using the Sentinel?
Hang on. Well, it's a different turn, but he's able to go through at a point where it's too far for McSwiggins. It's maybe. Hang on, is that one?
It's within range? 5 feet, but it would be.
Yeah, no, you can reach. If you'd like to make an attack of opportunity as he passes you, you can.
That's just like without Sentinel. I could have done that.
Well, so this
okay.
also takes your reaction, so you will not be able to use Sentinel.
No, I think I'm gonna let it go.
You're gonna let him run by without taking your attack?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So he runs all the way over there,
and it's like I think the Duke can handle one.
And the claws come out, and it deals 5 slashing and 4 necrotic, slashing across the Duke as he's kind of holding this crossbow, and maybe it takes it up in the shoulder or in the arm area there, and he receives some damage for that. Was that 9 total? Okay. And yeah, okay. So he's run by. Desdin, it is now your turn.
All right. I'm gonna do use 2 key and use Fist of Unbroken Air.
Okay.
On the big dude.
On the big guy. Yeah, go ahead and link Fist of Unbroken Air so I can read it again. Because
Sure.
every time I need to reread that because it's a really long description. You create a blast of compressed air. Choose 2 key. 30 feet in front of you. Must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d10. Plus an extra 1d10 for each additional key. And you can push the creature 20 feet away if you and knock it prone. On a successful save, it takes half damage and does not move. So you're making this Fist of Unbroken Air at who?
At this big dude in the doorway.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So what is your go ahead and make the attack. Did we create one of those?
I actually want to use all of my key on this. So 4.
Okay.
4.
So it's an extra 2d10 on top of the 3d10.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
sure.
So what do I need to do here? Hit the thing.
So Fist of Unbroken Air has the description, and then there should be an attack, right? Did we make one for you?
Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead and hit that. Okay. So this is the standard, right? This will be 3d10, and he has to make a DC 12 strength save. So he's going to go ahead and make this strength save. At a 15. So he beats the strength save, so he's going to take total half damage from this. Go ahead and roll an extra 2d10 for the extra 2 key points. Nice, another 12. So you basically Kamehameha this. I don't know what does your Fist of Unbroken Air look like? I don't think we've ever actually discussed this. How are you creating
the way I
it?
picture it is this is weird, but my tattoos glow, and it's like it's just a wave of air Kind
Sure.
of like a force push from like a Jedi.
So because the tattoo crawls up your left arm, right, and then goes
Yeah.
across. So let's say you thrust your hand out with the opal or the sky blue scaled tattoo, and it glows briefly, and this force of air comes by, whizzing right over McSwiggins' head and caves into the large monstrosity's chest, and you hear these bones just crunch in, and it roars out. But it doesn't seem to be slowing down in any way. So you deal it total. I think that's 6 plus 7. So you deal it 13 total damage. So well struck, but it is not knocked prone or knocked backwards because it was able to make that strength save.
All right.
I believe that is your whole turn, right? To cast that? Your whole action?
Does it say that? My whole action.
As an
I can
action.
Still move, though. I can still move, though.
Yes, you can still move, but that was your action.
Actually, I don't want to move because I would take 2 attacks of opportunity. So I'm gonna stay.
Yeah, minimum 1.
Okay. Sure. So Desdin, that is your turn?
Yep.
Okay. So this next one, right here, is gonna start sprinting over here to right beside little Iggy right here. So he runs by, and I believe I do this. Was he here? I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 40.
I think,
Yeah.
So if McSwiggins want to, or if Desdin wants to, you can make an attack of opportunity on this one as it runs by.
please.
Can we both, or just one of us?
Both of you, if you'd like to.
Oh,
If
yes,
you
I would
do
like to.
that one. I'm gonna do the last one if he runs by,
Okay, I'll do that one.
because I'm trying to stop the guys near you.
Can I wield one-handed quarterstaff to do this?
Yeah, you can one-hand this
All right,
if you'd like.
sure.
So you spin out with your quarterstaff and roll a 10. I believe that still hits. Yep, it does. So as it runs by, you flail out with your quarterstaff one-handed to try to maybe clothesline him or something like that, and you deal him 9 damage there. Is that right? That's 1d6 plus 4, and that's 1d8 plus 4. Yep, okay. Yeah, and you're able to hit him maybe across the neck or something like that, but he pushes on through and continues onwards past you.
Okay.
So that's that one. So now, after taking some of this damage here, the big one here is enraged, and his caved-in chest from the compressed air hitting him and cracking all of his bones. He is not a happy camper. He takes a step inside of the building here, and is going to again lash out here at the dwarf in front of him, who seems to be blocking his way. So his Morningstar swings around again to try to dislodge the dwarf from his location, but he misses and he slams into the wall, possibly breaking one of these chairs or something like that as he swings out. But he's unable to hit the dwarf at this time. So now this one here, this next, this guy here is going to do this. He is going to run. I think what he's gonna. He would do this. They're supposed to do. $10. I think this one just gets to the door right here and then explodes. He runs in, the bubbles all over his body start expanding, and all of a sudden just poof, and all of this poison gas exudes from this former being's body, and I'm going to need everything in a 10-foot radius here to make I think it's a Constitution saving throw. Yep. So this one, yeah, so it's going to be Desdin and McSwiggins for sure, and I don't think these are...
Oh boy.
Okay. I think... Yeah, so the giant corrupted entity doesn't seem to be affected by this explosion, but the other two do seem to be affected by whatever is going on here. So they are going to have to also make Constitution saves. For the first one and 17 for the second one. On a failed save, the creature takes 4d6 poison damage.
Oh my god.
So
Jeez,
roll
man.
4d6. Oh, whoops. I am typing in the wrong place. So 15 halved if you made the save. So McSwiggins, you take 7 damage. These two other guys here are going to take 7 damage as well. And I believe, Desdin, you take the full 15 here?
Yep.
Okay. So 7 damage is going to be... I can't math right now for whatever reason. That's that number. That is...
So do I take that halved because
Oh,
I'm raging?
no. Okay, this is fine. It's okay. What was that?
Do I take that halved because I'm raging or no?
No. So poison is not affected by rage.
Oh, okay.
So it's bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
Right. Okay.
All of those
reading it.
are halved during rage. So a creature that is poisoned can repeat the save at the end of each of its turn. But if you failed the save, you are currently poisoned. While poisoned, you cannot regain hit points. So that's just as a heads up.
But if you made the save, you just take the damage, but you're not poisoned.
Correct. You take half the damage and you're not poisoned.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Okay. And so that is that last one's turn. And obviously, hit points are at 0. It exploded, and it is currently a half of a corpse and just goo and poisonous gas as it remains floating out of this body on the floor. Yeah. So that's where you're at with that. Let me go ahead and clear these two. So we come back around to the top of the turn order here. It's Ignas Erdrick's turn. You're muted, Rel. I can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
The cat spoke for
I
him.
can't. I can see you saying, "Can you hear me now?" But I can't hear you. Does that cord fall out of your mic again, bud? Oh, now we're all messed up. There we go. The invasion of the Cybermen.
Okay, how about
Just
now?
teasing. Yep, can hear you.
All right, great. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I need to get some tape or something.
It's possible.
Get good.
Oh shit.
Anyway, what I was asking was, these two also took 7 damage or nothing?
The two, yeah, they took 7 damage as well.
Okay, so this one in particular has now taken 28 damage and is still alive?
Yep.
Good lord!
No metagaming, mister.
Who turned up the difficulty?
Well, it has been nice knowing you guys. Oh man,
Reroll
well, I'm
warrior.
Jesus. Yeah. Oh, I feel like I don't even want to try and attack the one near me. What can I do? Hang on. Let me just check. What do I have in terms of spells? Not enough. Where do I have in terms of observant, infused magic? What are my alchemical fire, cure wounds? Why do I only have cure wounds? What was my other? I got another potion thing, didn't I? At like level 3, I'm trying to figure out where it is.
You have smoke stick.
Oh, okay. Smoke stick. What does that do? Just trying to check. Hey, quick sticking away. Quit moving away. I'm trying to read.
You asked me what your spell was, man.
Yes, I found it. Thank you. Filled with thick smoke that blocks vision, including dark vision. Stick and disappear. If this formula, you can't do so for 1 minute. Okay. So if I were to throw a smoke stick in, say, this square right here,
Sure.
it would obscure the vision of both the big guy and this one.
What's the radius?
10 feet.
I see you.
Oh, no, never mind. Sorry, it would have to be a little bit further. Yeah, like if it were from this square, because that'd be 10 feet, that would be 10 feet.
So the big guy's half in, half out. Where his face is isn't necessarily where his face is, like on that token, right?
Okay. So then, if I were to throw it here, then that would definitely envelop him. Or let's see. Or here, that would definitely envelop him. That'd be no. Okay. So if it were here or here, it would envelop him. He would be blinded. And even if he moved, say, up here, he would still be blinded. He'd have to move like all the way out to here. Right?
Sure.
Okay. You know what? Rather than trying and dealing damage, I'm going to be the support character that I was always meant to be, and I am going to do that. I'm going to throw their smoke stick over here and make it land and obscure vision for pretty much everything here.
Can you put the smoke stick into the chat, please?
Oh, no, wait. Range 30 feet. Never mind. I'm going to have to move. Oh, no, wait.
That's what I wanted to check.
All right. Well, I'm going to move wait. So wait. 30 feet. 10 feet. Actually, that still works. And it technically obscures the vision of this one too. And dang it. How about there? 10 feet, 10 feet. Damn it. Well, it was a good thought while it lasted. Do I risk the attack of opportunity, guys?
To do what?
To throw a smoke stick that will effectively blind this guy and force him to attack at disadvantage.
It's up to you.
Input.
It's your turn, bud. Time to make a decision.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna just try throwing a vial of acid at this guy here. And
sure.
I will just move 5 feet just for the heck of it.
And you throw a vial of the one next to Desdin there?
Yes.
Okay.
The one that took 28 damage already. I mean,
Sure.
I think it was this one.
Make your attack.
All right. Wait. 4 and acid.
Okay, so this one attempts to dodge out of the way of the vial of acid that you've thrown at it. It does not make the save, and it takes the acid, and you watch as the boils bubble up around it, and it explodes.
Thanks,
I
buddy.
need Desdin, McSwiggins to make Constitution checks for me, please.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, who's to know it wouldn't have blown up the second you hit it with your stick anyway?
And then this guy is gonna... He has to make a Constitution save as well. He fails it. And it is a 4d6. Another 15 damage. He fails it, so he falls to 0 and explodes as well.
Fuck me.
See?
So I need McSwiggins and Desdin to make another
Doesn't matter,
save.
I'm down.
Okay, McSwiggins, make that Constitution saving throw for me, please. Yep, you save, and it's another 4d6. $13 halved, so you take 7, and so you take 13 total damage from both of those explosions. And Desdin is now has basically the poison gas has enveloped him and it has knocked him prone. So the thing about prone while from poison is it happens thusly. You are not making death saves. You are just at 0. And for the effect of the duration of your poison, you cannot be healed.
Okay.
Okay. So you're just at 0 on the ground unconscious.
All right. Well,
Okay.
We'll go get a drink.
So yeah, Ignis, what else would you like to do?
Regret everything I've ever done? Let's see. Can I cast a spell? I mean, I know I can't heal them, but I'm trying to see if I can cast anything that might help, like as a bonus action. As an action, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Although, wait a sec. Can I cast this as an action or a bonus action? Well, it has to be touch, so, nah. All right. Yeah, and that's my only spell, so I guess that's it. That's all I can do.
Okie dokie. Sounds good. So after Ignis, it's the Duke's turn. The Duke, seeing how everything has started exploding in front of him, poison gas is spewing out of these weird bubbling bodies, starts to panic a little bit, but is still going to attempt to stay alive. Throws his crossbow to the side and draws his rapier and attempts to slash out at the bubbling monster in front of him. And he does strike it true, dealing it 3 more damage.
Oh boy.
And that is about all he can do. Let's see. Would he try to run? I think he's just locked in combat here. I don't believe he'd try to run. So that's going to be the Duke's full turn here. So this one's off the list there because it's dead. This one's off the list because it's dead. McSwiggins, it is now your turn. You have watched the poison gas envelop the friend behind you. He has collapsed to the ground. Poison is all around you, but you've been able to fight off the poison as it enters your lungs. Your rage seems to be protecting you in some way. You're ignoring the effects, and this giant monster in front of you, who doesn't seem to be affected by this poison at all, is still there trying to swing his Morning Star at you. This giant hunk of metal with spikes on it.
I'm gonna make a big old great axe swing at him.
Yeah, go for it. A 12 does not hit. You clang against his Morning Star as he swings across, and you're unable to find purchase.
Can I do the additional strike?
Yeah. Every time you make an attack while raging, you can. So you drop your offhand off the axe as you normally do and attempt to come out and gut punch him, but you clang off a piece of metal plate that seems to be like stitched onto his skin.
Okay.
Would you like to do anything else here? I'm not sure if you have the ability to do anything else, but would you like to try to do something?
No, I don't have the ability. I'm just trying to. No, that'll end my turn.
Okay. So after McSwiggins, the one in front of the Duke is going to attempt to swing a couple strikes out here against him. And he swings out with his claw, and he finds purchase against the Duke in his fine clothing, and rakes across it. You can see some of like this green and like blackish smoke start bubbling up from where he hits the Duke across the chest. Deals him a pretty good blow there. Okay, and that's his whole turn.
We're in some trouble now.
Desdin, your turn goes by. You're just unconscious on the ground at this point. The next one, seeing Ignis here. Let's see, what is he gonna do? You know what he's gonna do? Oh
which one does which?
Yep.
Oh.
This one is going to basically run past here, basically jumping over the table here, and is going to explode. So this one here reduces his hit points to 0. You watch the bubbles around him, and then he blows up. I'm going to need...
yeah, Constitution saving throw.
Yep, I need a Constitution saving throw from you, and then your father as well.
That is a crappy throw. Oh, man.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you guys are able to save from it. Is it 40?
On the bright side, they're all almost dead. Yep, I'm in range of the other one. Great.
Wow, two
Oh my
max. Did you
God.
see that roll? 2 max and 2 min.
Oh,
And then
Jesus.
this guy needs to make his Constitution saving throw as well. 13. He does make it, so he takes half damage there. So this one takes 7 damage total.
Oh,
You
Jesus.
both take 14 total. Your father, as the gas cloud envelops him, he falls to the ground, either unconscious or dead. You're not entirely sure. And this one is essentially a half a corpse now, as the bubbles have exploded off of him, and all of this poisonous gas has escaped his body. It seems they cannot hold their corporal forms for long before this gas explodes out of them. Yeah.
Oh God.
So this one is now off the list.
We're in some trouble here.
So the big one here, locked in combat with McSwiggins here, is definitely gonna make his Morningstar attack against you. He swings wide and comes around, and I don't think that hits you, actually.
Nope.
Does Ignas still have his concentration on me?
Oh, dang it.
I need Ignis to roll 2 concentration checks for me. So what a concentration check is, just a
2?
Constitution saving throw, because you've been attacked twice by this guy, and I haven't had you check.
Have I? I didn't see the first attack.
He clawed at you when he ran by, and he got claws.
Did he attack? Did he miss? What happened? I don't think I ever saw a roll.
Should have attacked you.
I don't really
Did you?
know.
Was that from full health right there?
Which?
What, like the last damage you took? Did you subtract it from full health?
Yeah.
Okay, then no, he hasn't hit you yet. So I need you to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, he has maintained concentration so far.
Okay, so that doesn't hit me.
Okay, so the Morningstar seems to glance off of some magical aura that surrounds you, and it slams upwards into the ceiling with a lot of force, and some of the chunks of stone from above fall down onto you both, and the dust covers you. But yet he's unable to make that strike against you.
And that guy's dead, so my turn.
So it is now Ignis's turn again.
All right. Well, seeing as these guys have a nice radius here, let me see. 10 feet, 15 feet. You know what? Okay. So if I were to move, say right here, I could then throw this right there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna move a 1, 2, just so I'm in range. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take that back, because I just realized that would be a very, very bad idea. Instead, so from there, no. Yes. Okay. So if I threw from here and had this 30 feet, I'd still be able to hit the big one, right?
Yes, you'd be able to hit him if you threw it 30 feet.
Okay. And then from here, it is far enough away from everybody. Okay. Yeah. See, now I'm thinking with AoE in mind. So I'll move here instead. Oh, I'm probably going to get exploded on again, but who cares?
What are you doing?
I'm thinking. Well, guess I'm not really. I'll throw some more acid on the big guy, I guess.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the acid into the chat, please. So you toss the acid out, and it looks like the big guy, as large as he is and in a tight space, there is no way he is dodging this. The acid hits him, explodes across, and finds the crevices in this weird plate armor that's been kind of like latched onto his skin, and it does deal him some damage. You hear the sizzling as it covers this weird gray skin. And yeah, there you go.
I think that's all I have. I can't. Well, I mean, I technically
Oops,
can,
that
but
is
no,
not
he's
what I
poisoned, right? Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move even further away. Yeah. Just gonna move a bit further. Because why not? That'll end my turn.
Okie dokie.
I know that other guy's gonna come after me.
So Duke Erdrick is on the ground. You don't know if he's alive or dead. McSwiggins, it is now your turn here, bud. So this is actually
Making another swing at this guy.
yeah. So you're locked in combat with this guy. So that you see the acid come from behind you and it splashes onto him, and you see the sizzling. And he goes, "Argh!" And then you find your opening and you swing out with your great axe and you find some purchase in between all of the metal that covers his body, slicing really really hard across maybe like his thigh or something like that. Dealing quite a hefty blow to him.
And then I'll do that.
Yeah, oh, that definitely hits. And so as you slice through, you drop your offhand on the axe, and you find a really good gut punch where the spikes are able to pierce through either the armor or find some purchase there, and you're able to deal him some more damage.
That's that for me.
Okay. So
I lost my connection to roll 20.
oh, I'm sorry. Everyone's still up because I'm up on my end still.
Yeah, I'm still
I
good.
think I'm okay.
Okay. Try to refresh if you need to, and we'll see
I'm
what
okay
happens.
doing.
So the remaining bloated monstrosity sprints over to little Iggy over here, and is definitely going to lash out with his corrupted claws and see if he hits him. Yeah. Maybe he catches you on the arm or shoulder somewhere where you're not, where the leather doesn't cover, and you feel this weird withering in your arm as the strength seems to fade for a moment as it slashes across you, and you take 3 slashing and 3 necrotic for that.
Oh boy.
And that is ending that turn. Desdin, you are on the ground. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
I can try.
Please do.
Still
Can
loading.
I make it? Maybe.
No, I'm still loading. Like, I lost my connection.
Oh,
Well.
So that's what I mean by I can try.
okay.
I can't get to my character sheet.
Okay. We'll go to the next turn, and I'll have you do it as soon as you get logged back in. Okay.
Joel, can you have access to everybody's sheets? Can you do it?
I can
for him,
but that's up to him. I don't have to roll if he doesn't want me to.
No, I'd rather do it.
Okay.
So we'll come back to that. The giant monstrosity in front of McSwiggins here swings out again with its Morning Star, trying to connect to him, and it doesn't seem to be able to do so. And again, actually, I need Ignis to roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's gonna miss regardless, but there you go.
Yep, you're able to maintain concentration.
All right.
I mean, every time you get attacked, you have to make that. So
Right.
So it glances off again and slams into the wall next to you, maybe breaking the glass of the window that Ignis couldn't break open earlier, and it shatters outwards. But he's unable to find connection here.
Sounds familiar.
Yep. Ignis, it is now your turn.
Oh god. Oh. Let's see.
I got nothing. It's not working.
Try restarting your browser, maybe.
I did.
Oh, okay. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Oh, there it goes. Finally.
Hey, all right. All right, I'm gonna try firing a shot at. Actually, you know what? Let's see. Wait a minute. As an action. Dang it. I'll just take a shot at the big guy.
It's a disadvantage because you are being harried from the front here.
Then I will heal myself.
Using a spell or using a potion?
Potion.
Okay, go ahead and roll that in the chat, please.
Dang it. Wrong thing.
Wait, did you succeed that poison save? Or fail
What poison save? The one before?
From
Yeah,
earlier.
I made it. Or no, wait.
Made it?
Which one? Let's see.
Hang on. Let me go look. I don't know if you made it.
I
Ignas
got a
Erdrick.
10.
Yeah, that's a fail. So can you roll, because you've had one turn in between that.
Mhm.
Roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, so you're fine. You should be able to heal yourself now. You're able to fight off the poison from the last turn.
Okay. Roll 1d8. Yay!
Nice. Okay, so you maybe in your haste you don't pull out the correct components in this little potion bottle and you drink it down real quick. And you're like, that doesn't feel like it should. Or maybe some of the poison still lingers in your system and is fighting back against the healing that you're trying to do here.
There we go.
Okay. So anything else you'd like to do? I don't know if you have any bonus actions or.
No, not one that I can actually use. I need more spells. All
Okay.
I'm saying.
McSwiggins, it is now your turn. Oh, Desdin, you're back. Yeah.
I'm back.
Okay, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Sure.
Okay. The effect of the poison wears off. You're just on the ground, unconscious.
Yay.
So the poison seems to have left your system from whatever means. But McSwiggins, it is now your turn.
You already know.
I do. I already know who it is. So your axe rings out against the Morning Star again as you both connect, and you're unable to find purchase there. You drop your hand and you try to punch in, but you again meet the haft of the Morning Star as you try to maybe get another like groin punch into this monster.
It's like all or nothing.
But your spikes glance off, and you're unable to find any meat to crunch.
Yeah.
So this one over here. This monstrosity, bubbling as it is, lashes out again at Ignas, and it does hit. And he lashes out again, striking you, and you again feel the weakness from whenever these claws meet your body. You feel some of your life draining away from you, and the bubbles on the skin of this monster, they're expanding, and it's getting. You feel like he's going to pop soon.
I would run away, but I know that they can follow me and then explode. So it seems kind of meaningless.
So he's going to maintain that to try to keep you pinned down here. Desdin, you are still unconscious. The giant ogre swings out again with his Morning Star against this dwarf that he just can't seem to hit, but it looks like he's going to be able to find purchase here. Also, Ignas, can I get a Constitution saving throw from you for concentration, please?
Oh yeah. Keep forgetting that. Go Constitution. Bam.
Yep. You're able to maintain the spell on McSwiggins there, but McSwiggins, I think this one finds its way through at a 20.
Yes.
Okay, so the spell holds above him, but the Morning Star still comes crashing through, and the gold shimmer of this spell around you seems to break away for a moment, and the Morning Star finds you underneath. And deals you some damage there, so it's 4 damage as this Morning Star comes and breaks down through the spell. It did meet some resistance, so definitely not as devastating as it could have been. So yeah, he's locked in battle there with you. Ignas, it is now your turn. This monstrosity with its bubbling skin looking like it's going to pop is there in front of you, snarling and lashing out with its claws.
Well. Screw it. Who dares wins? I'm gonna run.
As you move away, it slices out with its claws at you, attempting to make its attack of opportunity here. And it looks like it misses, so you're able to nimbly dodge out of the way with your short little form, and the claws swipe right above your head, and you make it over to that corner.
And I will shoot that sucker.
Okay. The crossbow. You sling out the crossbow, load a bolt real quick, and you take a shot at him. Yep, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice.
And you find him square in the chest, dealing him 9 damage there. It hits him, staggers him, but he still seems to be up.
Which means he's going to run over and explode. Yay. So wait, I was here. I moved. Wait, where was I? I was here, right?
One more down. Yep.
Okay, so 15. All right, so I can move like 10 more feet. Yeah, told Emily. I'm gonna move 10 more feet just to have clear vision over here and be within throwing range. Although
Okay.
it's not really going to matter because the second that guy explodes, I'm going to die.
It's possible. Okay, so that's Ignas's turn. Duke Erdrick is still on the ground. McSwiggins, you're back up. You're still locked in combat with this enormous monstrosity in front of you.
You know, I just realized I'm getting a Cyberman vibe right here.
Yeah, I saw
just
Duzin
realized
dropped that
this.
in the chat too. Yeah, they're interesting.
Don't like this. Fuck me.
Again,
Jeez.
you find the haft of the Morningstar blocking your way. He seems pretty skilled for something that is so large. Yeah, and again, you can't seem to find purchase onto its body. You're still locked in combat here.
Did the punch hit or no?
No, it does not.
Shit.
No, it glances off some of the armor on his body.
Guy. That's right.
So this one that you've run away from, you see the bubbles on the surface, and as smart as Ignas is, he already knows what's gonna happen here. This one runs here. Yep. So I don't think he's gonna be able to.
No.
Because what he's gonna try to do. Yep. Okay. So he's gonna focus here on you, and he runs over here and just blows up. On the way over, you see his body contorting, the bubbles start popping out, and all of a sudden just and then all of this poison gas pours out of this corpse. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
So I was informed by someone in chat, as an artificer, should I have proficiency in Constitution and Intelligence?
We've already selected those things that you do have proficiency in.
Right, but I don't think I ever
So-
did. Or is that a thing?
Why didn't you? Yeah, no, you have 0 checks here. Why do you have 0 checks in these boxes?
Because I don't think we ever went over that.
Okay. So yeah, you should have proficiency in some of these saving throws here. And during character creation, we probably did go over this.
We sure did.
There's definitely video evidence of all of this. So,
Anyway,
let me look up your class.
It's absolutely there.
Yeah, let me look up your class and play your character for you. Okay.
oh my god. All right, fine.
Constitution and intelligence. Yes, those are your
Okay,
two
So
proficiencies.
check. Well, glad they said that because now I have to do this, and it doesn't matter.
No, you critically fail the check there, and you take 18 damage as this poison gas pours out and you inhale it
I'm down.
into your lungs.
I'm gonna say that my shield goes away.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah, as soon as he's down, that shield is gone.
What makes you say that?
You know,
That shield
the
is
fact
gone.
that he's not awake.
Well, look on the bright
you
side.
are-
It's 1v1 now, mono a mono. No one left to explode on you.
You're
Unless-
prone and poisoned.
Unless
You've
it's
dropped his 0 hit points. Yeah, wow. Okay, so it seems to be getting kind of tight in here. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. I'm zooming in on the final battle here.
No good.
On the spectator screen.
Here we go.
Here we go, boys.
I'll zoom in too.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we're doing this. We're doing this.
Oh,
So-
he's an ugly motherfucker.
Yeah, he
Wow.
is. Yeah, he's
has a
not a
sword
pretty
in
man.
him.
I enjoy his intestines pouring out of him.
Yep, he's like I said, he is a hulking monstrosity. And it is his turn. He is so focused on killing this dwarf in front of him. He thinks of nothing else. Not that he can think of a whole lot in the state that he's in. He swings out at you, and I believe
What
that
else to
connects.
do?
It sure does, and it wouldn't have
He's-
a turn ago.
Yep, and it connects and deals you 15 damage, slamming through. So basically, he makes this attack at the same time as that shield happens. So you're looking at it and you see it coming. You're like, maybe that shield will stop it, and then all of a sudden that gold shimmer disappears, and you hear this explosion behind you. And the Morningstar comes across and slams into your chest, dealing you 15 damage, reduced to 7 because of your rage. Yep. So you should still be up, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Yep, he's there, and he does a number on you, and it slams through, and he finally finds Purchase here, and you hear this weird gurgle that maybe could be construed as a laugh, but it doesn't sound like he has lungs, so it's a weird gurgling, like groaning noise.
Good.
Yeah, so that's his turn. So we go down the list. Ignis, you're just at 0 and unconscious. McSwiggins, it is your turn. Actually, Ignis, can you go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw?
Constitution saving throw.
This is for the poison. So in your unconscious, in your unconsciousness, your body is still fighting off the effects of the poison because you're not dead. You're unconscious. It just brings you to 0. So the poison is fought off in your body, and you're just unconscious and stable. At this point in time, I want Desdin and Ignis to go ahead and roll 1d4s, please.
Oh, for how long we're out? 1d4. 1.
Yep. So Ignis will be down for an hour, and Desdin is going to be down for 2. But you are stable at this point in time. So if McSwiggins maybe wins this battle, you probably will end up living. But we're gonna have to see if that actually happens. So we continue onwards. McSwiggins, I believe it is your turn now. So go ahead and do your thing, buddy. You swing out with that great axe. Whoa! Holy shit! You swing out, and in your rage, you feel it boiling beneath you.
Yes,
you find
yes.
Purchase. You find Purchase, maybe right in like where the hip meets the groinal area, because that's about where your head height is. So with your overhead chop, you find Purchase
right
in between those
nuts.
plates, and roll that damage, buddy. Let's see what it does. Holy shit!
Thank you, Cthulhu.
This. Wow, that's okay. Well, my fun part ended just now. Thanks.
I'd like to thank life. I'd like to thank death. I'd like to thank Altus. I'd like to thank Mava. I'd like to thank Balara. Right,
go down the list, man.
Sorry.
Go down the list. So you swing out and you crunch into this, and then the how do you want to kill him?
Oh man, so I'm thinking
God of War. God of War.
So here's a question. Which was the one that I hit with the axe?
The one to the north of you.
Okay. So as I'm like, I kind of jump and like twirl in the air and like cleave him right down into the head. And then I spit on him, yell at him, and then pick up the hand axe and just start chopping his like other eye that doesn't have a crossbow bolt in it. I pull out the one that has the bolt in it, and I'm just like, like for like a good
awesome.
Few minutes.
Awesome. Yeah,
he's do that for 2 hours, please.
Yeah, do that for 2 hours. His rage eventually ends. But yeah, you tear through this thing, and as your rage subsides, you look over the essentially the battlefield that is the inside of this old fortress, and you see your friends down on the ground. You notice that at least Desdin that you can see right now is still breathing. You're covered in this weird decayed blood, like it's not blood, it's like coagulated in black, and the intestines and organs that were there are all old and they smell awful, and it's quite the scene. There's half corpse bodies with exploded chests everywhere that the poison gas had spewed out of. But you are the last warrior standing.
I drop my axe to the ground, both of them,
okay.
And I go outside and I grab a handful of snow and I just kind of like try and rinse off my hands as best I can and like my arms.
Sure.
And then I go over and I tend to Desdin first, who's been down the longest. I make sure that he's stable.
Yeah.
I go over to Ignis, make sure he's stable, and then I go over to the Duke, make sure he's stable.
And, go ahead and make a medicine check for essentially all three of these.
Sure.
Yeah.
Boop. Boop.
Yeah. So
boop.
Yeah, easy. You can tell. You walk over to them and you can tell they're breathing. They're all three of them are still alive, but definitely out.
Can I drag the three of them into those chairs?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're strong enough to make that happen. But as your rage fade, you're feeling. You don't have exhaustion, but you're feeling exhausted.
Feeling it,
yeah. You took a lot of poison in your lungs. It was a fight with the largest monster that you've ever fought before. McSwiggins is feeling it. But you're definitely able to prop them up into these chairs. So they are still out.
After I do that, I walk over to right next to like no, you know what? I'm gonna lay next to the door over here. Like I'm gonna prop against the wall, like sit on the ground, just leaning against the wall.
Sure.
My axe in my lap. Take a swig, like a huge swig out of my flask, and then sleep.
Mm-hmm. And you just pass out essentially like on this guy's corpse,
like next to it. Yeah,
next to it. Okay. Sure. Why not? That works for me. So as time goes by, and essentially this is the end of this battle. So I'm going to go ahead and for the Twitch guys there, I'm going to go back to our Discord scene here. So the battle has ended. McSwiggins has fallen asleep near this corpse of this monster that he has slain, surrounded by the bodies of the enemies that you guys have fought. McSwiggins, before you fall asleep, and as you walk over to that area from the chairs, you glance out the window and make a perception check for me, please.
Sure.
An 8.
He doesn't notice the 5 others outside.
Another monstrosity starts slumbering through the door. You swear you see a dark cloak off in the distance a little ways over the snow. It seems eerily familiar to something that you've fought recently, but you can't really place it right now. And then you sit down and fall asleep. Rel, you're muted again, bud.
Am I?
Nope, now you're back. There you go.
I wasn't muted. I just wasn't speaking. What?
Oh, I saw your lips moving, so I thought you were muted. Yeah. Okay. So time passes. How long do you sleep, McSwiggins? What wakes you up? What's the
So what time of day was this?
morning?
Okay. So
This was right when you guys got up and you were sitting at these tables eating.
So maybe how's the weather outside? Like, has it changed at all?
It's sunny, but it's definitely still there's a light flurry of snows.
Okay, so maybe a particularly loud gust wakes me at midday, and I just kind of like stir from my exhaustion.
So at midday. Okay, so you sleep for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that time, both Desdin and Ignas wake up, as do the Duke. You all of you kind of start awake. Ignas is first. Ignas goes and wakes up. Ignas, you have 1 hit point.
Right. So I wake up and I go look around, see all the bodies, the gore, the giant corpse. I say, "Oh God, it's my 18th birthday party all over again."
It seems Ignas's madness started when he was but a wee gnome.
Yeah, he's been this way for a while apparently.
Hey, it involved a melon baller, a series of barbarians, and 1 misplaced word. But you know what? At least the cake was good.
That's right. At least the
Amazing.
cake was good. Yeah, so you're up, and it seems that McSwiggins is sleeping in the corner. Desdin, you guys wake up in the chairs.
Oh yeah.
So you see, let's say you're in the center one here, it's facing the fire. The fire is low now. It hasn't been tended to in a while. It's chilly in here. Your father is in the chair on your left, and Desdin is slumped in the chair on your right. And you look over your shoulder, and you see where this monster is, and all these corpses. McSwiggins has taken up residence next to the door, but has fallen asleep.
Oh, well, at least I'm not dead. All right. So then I guess I would first look around. Take a look at my father. Well, at least you were there for this one. And I'll give him a potion.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. You pop a bottle into his mouth, and it slowly, the red liquid goes down his throat, and he starts awake and looks at you. Ignas. Well, it seems that we at least survived. How are the others?
Well, that one's asleep, and I'm about to go check on the monk. I'm just gonna walk over and give Desdin a swig.
As you do so, your father tests his legs. They're a little shaky still from just waking up out of this unconsciousness, and he walks over to a cabinet and pulls out a small decanter that he was drinking out of last night and starts drinking straight from it. So yeah, you go check on Desdin, and did you want to heal him as well?
Oh yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. Desdin, you also start awake as the red liquid goes down your throat, and you find a bottle in your mouth once again. Yep, and you are up with 6 hit points. Yeah.
Thank you. Tell him thank you.
All right. Well, seems we're alive somehow. I'm going to assume that the dwarf decided to God of War the giant thing over there.
Do we know what God of War is?
The aspect of war / God of War is something that you would know of, yes.
Okay.
Not the game, the
popular
actual
game
thing.
franchise, like
Not the game, the actual thing that exists in this world. Yeah. A few thousand years and maybe in a different universe.
Well, I'm gonna get
that
up
as well. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up and go poke the dwarf with my staff to see if he's alive.
Sure.
I kind of snort in my sleep, like.
All right.
Oh boy. All right, I'm just gonna walk back over to my father. Pour me a glass.
He looks at you as he finishes the decanter that was full of alcohol and says, "Oh, you wanted some. I need to calm the nerves."
Oh my God, it's my 21st birthday party all over again.
He reaches into the cabinet and pulls out another decanter and starts pouring glasses. And he pours one for you as well and for himself. And he walks over to you and he gestures over to the monk. Monk, do you drink? Also,
No.
what is your name?
Desdin.
I feel I should know the name of someone who just saved my life. Thank you, Desdin. And the dwarf over there. The giant slayer.
Can I take the drink that he was giving me and then put it in the dwarf's flask or whatever he carries?
Oh, you just want to pour it into it?
Yeah, fill it up for
I
him.
figured you'd pour it into his mouth.
He actually wasn't bringing you a drink. He was bringing one for his son.
Okay.
But he was going to ask you
Fine,
if
never
you
mind.
drank. If he was going to ask you if you drank.
Okay, I'll say I think that the dwarf deserves some.
His
does.
name is McSwiggins, and he drinks about as much as his name suggests.
Actually, I wouldn't know that because I wasn't even awake for most of the fight. So,
is that his parent-given name, McSwiggins?
You know,
those barbarians to the north are.
I honestly don't know, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
What an odd group. Do you know what tribe he's from?
I assume one that drinks a lot.
Son, that's all of them. I'm asking specifically what tribe he's in. But if you don't know, just say so.
I never bothered to ask. Is that what you wanted to know? If you asked.
Do you even know these gentlemen? They just saved you. And he just looks so indignant. He's like, "This how you treat the men that you travel with?" And he walks over to he pours another cup and walks over to McSwiggins and kind of wafts it under his nose.
It's my 22nd birthday party all over again.
And he goes, "Good morning, my barbarian friend. Thank you." And he hands you the glass. He says, "This is well deserved."
Thank you.
And he looks over and he kind of
down it.
kicks him with his small gnomish foot. He kicks the arm of the giant monster and says, "You're doing, I believe, huh? Well done."
Thank you.
And he goes and plops back down in the chair and sips on the string. He says, "Well, that's one way to begin a morning. What the hell are these things?"
Well, that was what I was afraid of, because I've never seen a goddamn thing like this.
I
Me
certainly haven't. I was
either.
hoping you would know, Dad.
I mean, we had heard stories, like I was telling you last night, about corrupted things finding the front, but I did not expect them to be here. I
When
suppose-
you said corrupted, not gonna lie, I thought you meant crazy brainwashed goblins, not exploding. What even were these?
They look sort of like orcs. The large one could have been an ogre in a previous life, I think.
Can I inspect them to see if I can figure out what they used to be, or at least
You
the
can-
remains of what they used to be?
Definitely do that.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
What does insight actually do for me?
Insight is if you're having a conversation with something or someone. It's you're looking at someone who is doing something or saying something and trying to discern whether or not their intentions, or if they're telling the truth, or you're reading someone's body language and facial features and words to see if you can garner some extra information.
What would I have to roll to know whose voice came to me when I was sleeping the other night?
What would you have to know?
What do I have to do? I have to roll something or guess or what?
It's a guess. There was no name given to you.
Okay.
All you know is the place that you were at, and there was a voice that contacted you.
Okay, I'm gonna tell them this is like Desdin opening up.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, last night there was a voice that came to me, said they needed help, that they were gonna take it, or him or her, and I forget exactly what they said.
The voice came to you and said that they were taken.
They were taken. Okay.
And they were going to be brought to him, unspecified, and they were going to try to resurrect her, but not to her previous form.
Really? I don't remember that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I tell them that.
Okay, that's both informative and maddeningly vague.
I
The
agree.
Duke looks at you and says, "Do voices come to you often?" And kind of looks concerned.
I smirk a little and say, not often.
Interesting. I did see what you did with the wind there, and I haven't seen that before. A monk or a mage?
Monk.
Interesting. Interesting. And he sips more on this, and he starts pulling out his pipe and tamping some tobacco into it, thinking quietly to himself. Ignis, go ahead and make that investigation check
right.
that you wanted to make earlier.
Here we go.
22. Looking over the bodies, you can tell that these probably were orcs at some point in time. But they had been
Big one?
twisted, malformed, and corrupted in such a way that they are no longer what they used to be. The ogre looks like it probably was an ogre when it was alive. This seems to have been a walking corpse of an ogre.
All right. Well, the big one seems to have been risen from the dead, and the orcs have been corrupted beyond what they really should have been. Yeah. I don't know whether they want you dead or they want us dead, but someone wants us very, very dead.
Your father looks at as it kind of like you broke him out of his reverie and said, "Well, this does sound similar to the reports from the Earl that was in the front. Corrupted beings. Remember how I told you that it seems the king in the spine has advisors of interesting power? Your friend Vathan was supposed to go locate one of these with the Commander Belfis. A shame he never got to tell you where he went or how he found them. It would be nice to not have these running the field. It's easy to tell that with a couple hundred of these exploding ones, he gestures over with his pipe, our lines would crumble instantly.
That's for sure. So we might be dealing with necromancers, we might be dealing with aspects, we might be dealing with good old-fashioned dark mages.
He chuckles a little bit. If aspects have found their way into this, then we are in much more trouble than I had originally thought. That is more power than I think we are able to handle at this point, even for one such as your friend over there, and he gestures over to McSwiggins.
Well, at the very least, I need a rest.
Yeah, sure. And essentially, you can just call it, like, if you guys wanted to take a short rest, you can do that now. It's too close for a long one because you literally just woke up not 10 minutes ago. But you could take a short rest here, yeah.
So if I take a short rest, does that restore my spells?
No.
Okay.
Long rest restores spell slots for you because you function similar to a wizard.
All right. Actually, wait. I need to take
but
down
you
the
can
spell slot. There we go.
you can spend hit die to regain health if you would like.
I think I better because I have 1 health.
I need to as well.
Yeah, me also.
Okay.
One at a time.
So
Pardon
yeah,
me.
we are right at the top of 6 o'clock here. So I think this is as good a time as any to call it for today.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you guys for coming out today. We'll do some shout outs here, and we'll handle the health situation off camera in a little bit, and we'll get them all settled up. So hopefully that was fun and exciting. We'll do some shout outs here. Go ahead, CouchBum. Let them know where they can find you.
You can find me on my couch after this, but you can also find me at youtube.com/TheCouchBum, where I'm streaming right now. Also on Twitch, where I stream during the week at twitch.tv/TheCouchBum. And on Twitter with at TheCouchBumJ is my Twitter thing.
Excellent. Rel, go ahead and do some shout outs here. Where can they find you at?
Well, they can find me at youtube.com/relplays. It's RELLE plays. Same with Twitch, twitch.tv/relplays, and Twitter at relplays, or at rel let's play. Sorry.
Excellent. Rob, go ahead and hit him.
Well, when I'm not being a drunken dwarf, I'm being an otherwise, I don't know, semi-entertaining guy on Twitch and YouTube. YouTube.com/bonusstageheroes. Where I do Let's Plays and unboxings and some other stuff in front of the camera. And I'm actually going to be streaming live on Twitch shortly after this at twitch.tv/bonus_stage_Rob. That is my favorite thing to say.
Nice. Excellent. And I am the DM/host Joel, Runaway Robot. You can find me on Twitch at Runaway Robot YT, on YouTube /Runaway Robot, and on twitch.tv, where I think I'll probably be streaming a little bit after this. I got to check in with Megan and figure out what the hell we're doing tonight. And at Runaway Robot with an underscore at the end because I want my damn name and they won't give it to me yet, but I'm going to get it.
That bastard.
But it's been good. And so thank you guys. Thank you for the session, and thank you for coming out to DieFall episode 11, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.